That's why they call things accidents instead of on purposes.
During a lover's tiff, the China hutch fell over, smashing all her stuff.
When you're in a relationship, isn't that common property?
Now, Mr. Williams, if you wanted common property with Miss Withers, you would marry her, right? I hate to use the M word because it gives people...
Victoria Withers claims the father of her children, 37-year-old clerical worker James Williams, destroyed her china, crystal, and furniture after a night.
12 on the calendar is a matter of Weathers versus Williams. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Young man, have a seat.
Who is this young man?
That's my son, James Williams Jr., from a previous relationship.
Why is he here?
He is a witness for my countersuit.
I see. There was a time when you two folks lived together.
Yes.
During what period of time did you live together?
The period of March until the end of October.
Is that correct, sir?
Yes. But we had a prior relationship before that also. Oh, let's clarify.
Going back to the day of the flood.
Okay.
March of 97 to October 97.
That's right.
Now, according to your complaints, in October, around Halloween,
Yes.
he came home and damaged some of your property.
Yes.
Well, why don't you tell me about that?
Okay, me and my sister, well, he had earlier borrowed the car to use to go pick my sister up to come to take her kids trick-or-treating over my house, since I live mostly in a residential area And then so he had left, but after he had went to go pick her up, he was acting like he was mad and everything. This is what she had told me. And
just what happened when he came home?
Oh, okay, well,
he came home and he damaged some of your property.
So it was like...
He walked in the house.
Oh, yes. And so he was acting upset, angry, maliciously, and, you know, violent, cursing. Where is the kids at? You know, I haven't seen them, you know, and it's like 10
Which
o'clock
kids?
at night. I have 2 kids prior to his son by him.
Just a second. You have 2 children together?
Yes, we do.
How old are they?
3 years old and it's 6 months, 6-month boy.
So he wanted to see the kids
And
or
my
whatever?
son, yes, and my son was only a month when the incident happened.
So
So,
what
well, he came in the house, and he was cursing and upset, mad. I don't know what, you know, the problem was, but he was wanting, like, to leave again after he had been gone earlier. But I told him he couldn't leave in the car because I didn't think he was capable of driving at that time. And then so what it was, he got mad and angry at me. And then so after that, he had, like, came toward the kitchen. If you don't let me, you know, use the car, you know, I'm going there, I'm pull the dinette. I have a dinette set. He said he was gonna go in there and pull it down. And so what he did is, like, pull the whole china hutch down onto my table, and it broke my glass table and then all the crystal and everything I had off in it, and destroyed the chairs and everything, but I couldn't believe it.
After this happened, did he leave?
Yes, the next day after Halloween.
So that was November 1st he left?
Yes.
You
Indeed.
sure?
Yes, positively sure.
All right.
And he called back wanting to see the kids and everything, so he would, like, come over. He came over.
That's all right. Coming over to see the kids is one thing.
Yeah, but not like that. And then I had
the last time he lived there was November 1st.
Yes.
Is that what you're telling me? Okay. Now, you say this whole hutch broke and it was by accident.
It was an accident.
Tell me about it.
Okay. I called her. I said, I'm bringing 2 of my friends over. A friend of mine that I've been knowing since I was a kid and his girlfriend. We came in. We were drinking. They were drinking when we got there, her and her sister. And then we had brought another drink when we came in. We sat down at the... Pardon me?
Had you been drinking before you got home?
Yes, beer.
Okay. What happened?
Okay, when I got there, my friend was insulted by her and her sister with their conversation. She overheard them calling her names and talking about her. His girlfriend, not my friend, but his girlfriend.
Okay.
She walks out the house, and she just was angry. She says, I'm walking home. I immediately said, well, no, you don't have to walk. I'll take you where I got this long walk. As I got ready to walk out the door, she came from behind and snatched my keys out my hand. Said I wasn't taking them nowhere. And I said, why not? I said, well, she says, because I'm doing it because you've been drinking. I said, well, why don't you take them? She didn't want to take them. I said, they're not going to walk all this way. It's a long walk from Compton to Long Beach. So I said, I need my keys. And we were standing in the living room. I have her china cabinet is about that tall. I was leaning up against it, and I was telling her I need my keys.
You were, just a second, you went very fast there. You're leaning up against the china cabinet,
right,
and you're talking to her calmly.
No.
Right.
I'm honest.
Go ahead.
We were yelling at each other. And I was telling her, I need the keys. I just want to go. I just want to leave. Finally, when I pushed the cabinet, I said, give me the keys. I pushed the cabinet like that. It hit the wall, and then it came back. I tried to catch it like this, and the weight was too heavy, and I moved, and it fell.
Good.
He didn't.
Just a second. doesn't make any difference. On purpose, an accident because you weren't careful, right? You weren't careful.
But on understanding, it didn't fall from me out of anger trying to turn it over or anything. It was an accident. In every relationship, accidents happen, and you have to pay for everything that happened in a relationship when you're with someone.
Just a second.
That
Do you have to
wasn't an
pay?
accident.
Just a second. Mr. Williams.
Yes.
Somebody has to pay when property is damaged.
Well,
if they
I
want,
made it.
Yep, I'm speaking,
Okay, go ahead. I'll let you speak.
and I'm the judge.
Yes, ma'am.
So if property is damaged, somebody has to pay for it. If it's done on purpose, the person who did it on purpose, of course, has to pay for it. If it's an accident, like a car accident, right? Who do you think pays for a car accident?
I wouldn't know.
The person
Donna.
usually who's at fault.
But what about
Listen!
in a relationship?
What does a relationship have to do with anything?
Because it's common property. When you're in a relationship, isn't that common
Now,
property?
Mr.
when two
Williams, if
people-
you wanted to be in common property with Miss Withers, you would, I don't want to offend you, marry her, right? I hate to use the M word because it gives people a rash.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
You're wrong about the
On
date. I have to tell
February-
you this. It's not November 1st.
You are so full of baloney. How dare you, in front of your own child,
What?
come into a courtroom and try to lie to me?
And later today,
You mean you have no windows in your house?
He said the windows were thin and he tapped on it one time and they cracked
And it
again.
cracked again. I'm serious.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Victoria Weathers says the father of her children, James Williams, got drunk, knocked over a china cabinet, and broke her dishes. He says it was an accident.
It seemed to me that you got two kids together, you want to view everything as common property because you're in a relationship. You want to do everything except make it legal, so you choose the easy way out, the two of you. You choose not to get married, so you have no common property.
Okay, I
Yeah,
understand
good.
that.
So somebody's got to pay for it when there's an accident, because that's why they call things accidents instead of on purposes.
May I ask you a question, Judge?
No, you can't. I ask the questions. You don't ask questions. You don't ask questions. So give me the bills for the hutch.
This is also what was in the crystal and the table and the...
These all the bills?
Yes, so far. I had plenty more, but
He's good with this. I don't do buttons very well. All right, while Officer Byrd is tallying up those bills, Mr. Williams, now we're going to get to your countersuit, sir. So you left November 1st, and according to your countersuit, which you
Wait,
recently
excuse me.
filed,
I
just
need-
a minute.
Well, you're wrong about the
On
date. I have to tell
February-
you this. It's not November 1st. See, I was listening to you earlier, and you spoke kind of fast when you said October is not when I left there. I stayed with her up until right before she called the police on me with a fake thing. That's when I left the house. February 5th.
Just a second.
to be exact.
No. Mr. Williams, you are so full of baloney. How dare you, in front of your own child,
What?
come into a courtroom and try to lie to me? I don't talk very fast, sir, and I speak very, very clearly. We talked about when you moved out. You moved out the day after this incident, which was November 1st.
That is
I
not
said
true.
it 3 times, no more than 5 minutes ago. You didn't correct me once
Well, you was-
until, Mr. Williams, I got you. Until I got you. Because you moved out on November 1st, February 5th, while you were making what you call, and I'm quoting you, a courtesy call. You asked for your things that you had left there now for 4 months. And
That is not true. That is not true. I'm not going to agree to that. I had still been living with her up until February 5th. We had a big argument. I was gone for 3 days. I came back, and she was mad at me because I was gone overnight. She got angry
after he stole my car for 5 days and I had to go to work.
in February.
And he didn't even show
just
up.
a second. I will remind you two people that you still, no matter how irresponsible you both may be, made 2 children together. You have any of his clothes?
No.
When he left November 1st, did he take any clothes with him?
Yes.
What did he take?
Everything that he had brought over, and that wasn't nothing but clothes.
Where did you go after you moved out?
Pardon me? Where did I go?
What word didn't you understand,
we moved,
sir?
I'm trying to explain to you. We moved from one apartment to this house.
Try to pay attention to me.
Yes, go ahead.
Where did you go after you moved out?
When I moved out, I did move out. What it was, I was going in her car, and she was angry with me. That's
Where
why.
did you go?
I was at a friend's home in Long Beach for 4 days.
All right, so then you came back. Now, after you stayed with a friend in Long Beach for 4 days, where did you move to?
Oh, I live in Inglewood now. This is after me and her split up. Oh, where did I move to? I didn't move anywhere. I
can't do it. Do you have a number for me?
I stay in Inglewood.
Do you have a number for me?
324473.
324473. Okay. Now, all those things add up together, so I don't know what it is. It adds up to $3,200. You're suing him for $2,500. That's what you're going to get, because you can't damage your property. $2,500 judgment for the plaintiff. Sir, since I don't believe really a whole lot of what you say, I am dismissing your counterclaim because I believe that anything that was in that house, you got. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
And now the next case.
Parties on Daniels versus Curtis. Step forward, please.
21-year-old printer Patricia Daniels claims former boyfriend, 21-year-old rapper Ramon Curtis, smashed out windows in her home and car.
Mr. Curtis.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Okay.
I'm really most interested in your answer to her complaint. You seem to admit that you knocked the windows out of her car, right?
Right.
That you knocked the windows out of her house?
Right.
Kicking the doors and windows, right? Right?
Right.
Because you were having a bad day.
No.
Well, that's what you said here. You were having a bad day. You were under a lot of stress.
Right. I was under a lot of stress because I was recording my album, which was called Stacking
I'm not
Chips.
interested in your album.
Okay.
I'm just interested in why you kicked out her windows, because you were having a bad day.
She broke my ignition and kicked out my car windows.
When did she do that?
She did that like a week before the dispute happened between me and her. It was a fight, though. It wasn't, I didn't go crazy and just break out her windows. It was a dispute. It was an argument, and I told her to leave me alone, let me go to sleep. She didn't let me go to sleep. So, I mean, I just went crazy. I don't know.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
You know what? He put me through a lot of mental stress, too, because he makes me
You're
feel
both putting
like...
me through a lot of mental stress.
Closed captioning sponsored in part by Real Cases, Real People, Judge Judy. 21-year-old printer Patricia Daniels claims former boyfriend, 21-year-old rapper Ramon Curtis, smashed out windows in her home and car.
Did you do damage to his car the week before?
Not intentionally like he did mine.
Well, tell me how unintentionally you did damage to his car.
When I did damage to his car, it wasn't even before he did the damage to my car, it was after. So, he bought a car for us to ride in because he messed my car up, and I accidentally broke the key off in the ignition. And I tried to get someone to fix it, and they broke it open.
Broke
Now
what
he
open?
Broke the whole driver ignition open, where the steering column is. They broke the whole thing open. They didn't know how to fix it. Now he wants me to pay for it. But it wasn't intentional what I did. I was just trying to get an extra key made, and the key I got made didn't fit in there, and I tried to make it, and it broke in there.
Okay. So even though what you did was an accident to his car, you have to pay for that.
When he pays for my stuff,
You say he broke your stuff first.
he did.
And then did you make up?
We tried to. What happened was he was supposed to be giving me that car to drive around until he got my car fixed. I broke that car. So he wants me to pay for that car first before he pays for my car.
Let me see the bill for the ignition.
This is the bill for the ignition and a couple other things that was wrong with my car. I needed a starter and a carburetor and a lot of things. So he put the man
This is a
that...
bill? What? I never saw a bill like this.
That's the letter from the mechanic. I never went and picked up my car. I never had the money to pay it, so I left it at at the place. So until I get the money to pay it from her, that's when I'll pay for her windows.
You know what? He put me through a lot of mental stress too, because he makes
You're
me
both
feel
putting
like,
me through a lot of mental stress.
but he makes me feel like I had a lot of things going for myself. I just got my car. He destroyed my car.
Let me see the bills for the broken windows in your house and car.
That's a police report for the car. I don't have an estimate for the car because the city of Oakland towed it.
City of Oakland towed your car?
Because of the broken windows. They said if I don't fix the windows or move it somewhere else, they would tow it. That's what they did.
Did you take it into a place to have an estimate for the windows? To have the
No,
windows
I
fixed in
didn't,
the
but I
car?
had the glass company come out there and give me an estimate.
Show it to me.
I don't have it in writing. The only thing I have is my police report, and
Police report doesn't help me. What about the windows in your house?
you want to see the pictures?
No, I want to see the bills to have them repaired.
All I have is estimates.
You mean you have no windows in your house?
No, they're all still cracked.
Well, how am I supposed to figure out how much all this costs?
It's not on that yellow piece of paper.
And you didn't have any of these things fixed?
Some of them were fixed, but they were rebroken.
How?
He said the windows were thin, and he tapped on it one time, and they cracked
And it
again.
cracked again. I'm serious.
I'm serious. Are you two lovebirds still together?
We do music. We're recording artists. I record on his tape. He records on mine. As boyfriend and girlfriend, we're not together, though.
$637.91. This is all the bills for the house. Car, I can't help you with, madam, because I have absolutely no idea of what it costs to fix windows in a car that you don't have, because you don't have estimates for me, and I'm not going to guess. Do you understand? When you come to court, you're supposed to be prepared. You're supposed to
But
be
I don't
prepared
have the
with-
car anymore, so how could they come and give me
How?
estimates?
How? Because as soon as he broke the windows on the car, you get an estimate.
I did over the phone.
Can't help you with that.
Judge Judy is ready to rule. Want justice? Call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Now, this piece of paper that you gave me, allegedly from somebody, a mechanic, with a few other things on a piece of 3-hole paper, is the most peculiar bill I ever saw in my life. But she seems to acknowledge that she broke the key off in your ignition. So, sir, how old is your car?
It's an 82 Honda Excel.
No. I'm going to give you $400 credit for this broken ignition where they put the key in, which means the total of your bills comes to $637.91 to fix your house. She seems to acknowledge that he destroyed, right? Because you were stressed.
He had destroyed my property. He broke this phone. He broke my cellular. I mean, he didn't break my cellular phone, but my cellular phone mysteriously came up missing. I took a lot of losses, and I don't
You may have
have.
taken a lot of losses, madam, but that doesn't mean that I can find that he did it. This is the
Mental
estimate
stress.
that you gave me. The estimate comes to $637.91. You broke the ignition of his car. You told me that the person that you took it to didn't know how to fix it and destroyed the dashboard of his car, a 1982 car that's probably not worth more than $800. So I'm giving you $400 credit for that, which means you owe her $237.91. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Out the back door to your right.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I showed pictures and a police report, and who is going to lie to the police? Not me.
She want windows in her house. She want the rain to stop coming in. Pay for my ignition before I can drive.
Thinks he's a big-headed rapper, and
Oh my
I'm a
God.
singer, so he wants to keep me down so he can come up. You know
She
how you
thinks.
men are.
That's what she thinks.
Yes, I just like to say God bless everyone, and may everyone have a nice afternoon.
She just slugged me solid in the jaw.
I reached up and I slapped her on her right cheek.
My jaw shifted, and even though she's hit me on the left side, the right side of my jaw radiated with pain up through my ear.
When tempers flared in the ladies' basketball game, even the ref ducked.
Tell me what you saw.
She balled up her fist, punched in the jaw.
You slugged her. You can't do that. To your complaint, you were assaulted by the defendant during the course of one of the games.
That's right.
So why don't you tell me what happened?
Okay. I had just come off of the game. I was sitting on the bench, and
You were on
heard,
opposing teams.
Yes, correct. And I heard Miss Espanol threaten my teammate Jane Medrano, and I heard her saying, "You're gonna get hurt, you're gonna get hurt," but she was kind of smiling, so I didn't know if she was serious or not. And next thing I knew, all of a sudden she started pushing and shoving Jane, and Jane, when she was pushing her back, Jane was backing up right towards me at the bench, and immediately I jumped between them and to stop the fight and grabbed Miss Espanol by the arms and just said, "Hey, it's just a game, this is just for fun. You know, let's calm down, let's enjoy the game." I was having a great game. I didn't want it to end. I was having a good time. So I was saying, let's just have a good time, let's relax. And all she said to me is, "Let go of my hands." I was holding her wrist. "Let go of my hands, let go of my hands." I said, you know, I thought it was calm. By the time this was going on, everybody's gathered around now, both teams, the referees. And she relaxed her arms, and I thought she was calm. I let go of her hands. I started to walk away thinking it was over, and that's when she just slugged me solid in the jaw, this side of my jaw. My jaw shifted, and even though she's hit me on the left side, the right side of my jaw radiated with pain up through my ear, and it was awful. And at that time, Brian, the referee, and a lot of the other girls grabbed her and got her under control, and they escorted her out of the basketball court.
And you sought medical attention?
Yes, I did. I also called the police. She left the scene. I pressed charges. There was a criminal case against her, which I have the court documents.
I will look at them.
I have pictures the next morning of my swollen face. Even though I had ice packs on both sides of my cheeks, because my doctor made me go to the emergency room.
Let me see your paperwork.
Okay. This is all the paperwork. I have a schedule and then the photos.
Sir, would you step up here, please? What is your name?
Brian Rosette.
Mr. Rosette, you were the referee in this game?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you witness this whole incident?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Tell me what you saw.
The defendant and Jane came down with a rebound, and they were tied up, which means they both had their hands on the ball. She seemed to be frustrated. She shoved Jane in the chest. At this time, she proceeded to come off the bench and intervene, you know, trying to calm her down.
How did she do that?
She jumped in between them. She grabbed her hand. She was like, "Hey, just relax, you know, let's continue."
Did you hear her say that?
Yes, I did. I was standing about 3 feet away.
Okay.
And she grabbed her hands, told her, "Relax, let's just play ball." She proceeded to say, "Let my hands go." She was like, "Well, are you calm?" She's like, "Just let my hands go." As soon as she let her hands go, she balled up her fist, punched in the jaw. At that time, we ejected her out of the gym. We was like, "Hey, you gotta go, you're out of the game."
Okay, Miss Espinal, I'll hear you.
On that night, prior to my pushing Jane, there were several incidents in the game that were flagrant, intentional foulings that had occurred. Jane pushed me a few times, and I said, "Knock it off, you're gonna get hurt. I'm bigger than you, and I'm probably a lot stronger."
Okay, that's with this lady.
Yes.
Over here?
Yes.
Well, I'm not so terribly interested in this lady. I'm interested in this lady.
Okay. I pushed Jane. I aimed for her chest, but hit her more in the neck and the face area.
This lady?
Yes. And when I did that, Jordana came off the bench and grabbed my arms right here on my wrists. Very, very hard, enough to leave a bruise on my wrist for at least 2 weeks. I said, "Let go of me." And she said, "Nobody pushes anybody on my team." So I said, "Shh." So I said, "Let go." She didn't let go. I said, "Let go." She didn't let go, so I jerked my right wrist straight down, because she had it like this. I jerked it straight down. I said, "Now let go of my left wrist." She would not let go, so I reached up, because I'm a lot shorter. I reached up and I slapped her on her right cheek. At that point, she let go of my left wrist. She kicked me. She pursued me. I backed up. I kept backing away until I ended up on our side of the half-court line. She continued to kick.
Did you see any of that, sir?
No.
Did any of that happen?
That is totally untrue.
You're the
Everything she
referee.
said,
Are
yes.
you Are you
Your Honor.
hired by either side?
No, I'm not. I'm totally independent. I've never seen these women before until that night.
Miss Espinal, you were arrested, correct?
No, I was not.
Well, at some point you were taken to court.
Yes.
So
No,
there was not a formal arrest.
no criminal charges were prosecuted.
I gave you some paperwork.
Shh, I'm looking at it.
Okay.
Criminal charges were filed. They were not prosecuted.
They were filed.
Yes, they were not prosecuted.
Were you arrested when they were filed?
No, I was not.
So how were you notified to come to court, Miss Espinal?
By mail.
Okay, and you did in fact appear in court.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Actually, my attorney appeared for me.
No, that's not possible. Ms. Espinal.
She entered a plea of not guilty. I never appeared before the magistrate.
They told me it was guilty.
Shh, just a minute. You received what is commonly called an adjournment and contemplation of dismissal in this case. Isn't that right? Because sentence was suspended for 1 year. It says probation granted, and the conditions were that you violate no laws. That sound familiar to you?
Yes.
You didn't do that by mail.
I didn't appear in court. My attorney handled everything, and it was not a misdemeanor, and it was not a battery plea charge.
I'm not so sure whether I believe that you never appeared in court. Maybe the law is different here, that you can be placed on probation for 1 year without having somebody in person explain to you what the conditions of probation are. Now, this may be a totally bizarre jurisdiction. That is, of course, possible here. But it is certainly unusual.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Didn't just hit her with an open hand, but you slugged her. I don't see why you would do that.
And later today,
Mr. Weisberg, did you throw the storage rack at him, sir?
No, I did not throw it at him. If I'd have thrown it at him, I wouldn't have missed.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Basketball player Jordana Ryan wants her medical costs reimbursed after opposing team player Lori Espaniol punched her in the face.
Well, I will tell you that I have an independent witness who has no particular axe to grind. He testifies that you didn't just hit her with an open hand, but you slugged her. You can't do that. It's irresponsible. And you're a mature woman. I don't see why you would do that.
Exactly, Your Honor. Why would I do that?
Why? Because you got heated up at the moment and you were angry because of what you said occurred during the course of the game before. During the course of the game before, you said there was a lot of pushing and shoving. According to your answer to this complaint, you said, well, you sort of assume the risk when you, I'm going to quote you, you sort of assume the risk when you're playing basketball that sort of stuff happens, the pushing and shoving. Well, I absolutely agree with you because I don't watch a lot of basketball, but I see a lot of these people doing elbows and that kind of thing. This is that right?
Yeah.
They do that. They do that sort of thing. And that is a risk that you do assume when you play in this kind of sport. But what you don't assume when you're in this kind of sport is for somebody to haul off and slug you in the face, thereby causing your face to swell at any time. I mean, we're not talking about hockey here. I mean, hockey is a really violent sport. So you have to compensate her, Miss Espinal. Your out-of-pocket expenses were $70, and then you lost a day's pay according to your complaint, which was $171, bringing it up to $241. And I'm giving you another $1,500 for pain and suffering because I think that you're entitled to that. That's all.
Thank you.
Please excuse you may step out.
Thank you. I know that Miss Espaniol's a high school PE teacher, and I would think that she would want to teach good sportsmanship to the children and not violent behavior. I think she was really out of line. Here she is as a supposed role model, and she's the one doing violent behavior.
I just hope Jordana finds peace in her life.
And now the next case.
Parties on Weisberg versus Gawant. Step forward, please.
Beverly Hills landlord Charles Weisberg is suing his neighbor, gift shop owner Dennis Gawant, for damaging his electric gate.
You two gentlemen are neighbors in beautiful Beverly Hills, California. Correct?
Yes.
And since I'm only recently a visitor to your city and drive through some of Beverly Hills on my way to work every day, I see that there are some alleyways behind the houses where you folks put your trash and stuff. Is that how it works here?
That's correct.
See, in New York, they just take the garbage, they put it right out in front of your house. So here, they sort of hide the trash, and they build special streets for the trash behind the houses, right?
Correct.
And according to your complaint, Mr. Weisberg, what happened was the defendant, who was a neighbor of yours, disposed of a metal shelf, correct?
That's correct.
And somehow that metal shelf became entwined in your electric security gate, thereby damaging the gate.
Correct.
And the damage to the gate was how much?
$70.
And you're here as a result of principle.
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, I'm going to hear your defense, sir. I've read it, now I want to hear it.
Okay, thank you. I want to first start and say a main reason why I'm here today is because my mother lives in New York and watches the Judge Judy show every day. When I told her that I had an opportunity to be on it, she said she'd kill me if I said no. That is the truth, Your Honor.
All right, so we won't disappoint your mother even if you lose. Right? Because she doesn't care. She doesn't care if you lose or not, sir. She just wanted to see your face here.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. So now let's hear the defense.
Okay, may I first ask a question of Mr. Weisberg?
Oh, we're going to have cross-examination here of witnesses. First, go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Weisberg, did you ever submit to me a written bill for the costs incurred to repair the gate that you feel I'm responsible for?
No, I didn't, for the simple matter you told me twice that it's not your responsibility and you walked away from me.
Now you've asked your question, now direct everything else to me.
Okay, I have a document here that is the original summons submitted to me through the court, sworn to by Mr. Weisberg, whereby he states that he asked me for full payment and that I refused to pay. In fact, I never got a bill, so I didn't know how much it would cost.
That's really not particularly important with regard to this case, sir.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, but you didn't.
Closed captioning, sponsored in part by Real Cases, Real People, Judge Judy. Beverly Hills landlord Charles Weisberg is suing his neighbor, gift shop owner Dennis Gawant, for damaging his electric gate.
Your neighbor says that your piece of metal destroyed his gate. You don't seem to dispute the fact that your piece of metal destroyed his gate, but you have an excuse why there was an intervening act.
Correct.
That makes you not responsible.
That's correct.
I know your mother's going to love this. Go.
Okay, I've lived across the alleyway from Mr. Weisberg for 4 years. In fact, on many occasions, we've encountered each other leaving and entering, and we waved at each other, we've said hello to each other, but nothing more than that, out of politeness and respect as a neighbor. I have observed his sliding gate for almost 4 years. And out of respect and just common sense, I've never placed anything to encumber that gate or to cause any harm to that gate. In fact, I have a photograph that I would like to submit that, as a matter of interest, it seems or it appears that the gate track mechanism was placed outside of the property line of Mr. Weisberg and in the public domain, perhaps because it's unsightly.
Listen. Let's get to the homeless person who caused the problem here. Come on.
While I was through cleaning out my garage, I had the metal storage rack, which I was bringing over to the end of the refuse area, a good 15 feet away from the track in question. As I was about to place it in that area, a gentleman walking down the alley, he may have been a neighbor, he didn't look homeless, he said, "Are you disposing of that?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "May I have it?" I said, "Certainly." At that point, I relinquished control, which I would have done in the refuse area, but which I ultimately gave to someone who thought he had a use for it. I then withdrew, went into my home. An hour later, I heard a commotion, a big commotion in the alleyway. I opened my garage door, and Mr. Weisberg, with another gentleman, was holding my partially mangled storage rack. There was a lady also behind him, and he said to me, "Is this yours?" And I said, "It was." And at that point, all hell broke loose in terms of the language and the attitude, which I hadn't heard since high school, frankly. And he threw the storage rack at me. And if I wasn't nimble enough to get out of the way...
Did you throw the storage rack at him, sir?
No, I did not throw it at him. I did not use any foul language in any way, shape, or form. All I said to this man, "Is this yours?" He said, "Yes." I had it, and I took it and threw it in the garage onto his property, not at him. If I'd have thrown it at him, I wouldn't have missed.
Yeah, anybody have a picture of what this... Oh, over an electronic gate. You shouldn't get so aggravated, Mr. Weisberg. Do you have a picture of this metal
Yes, I
piece?
do, Your
Can I
Honor.
see it, please?
This was taken by the Beverly Hills Sanitation Department the next morning.
Oh, it's a pretty big thing.
It's about
6 feet high.
feet tall by about a 1.5 feet deep.
Weighs about 5 pounds.
Yeah, it's a lightweight, but it's strong enough on the base that it jammed in there when it was put back there by the gate. Incidentally, the mechanism is against my wall, which is around 3 feet from the end of the property
Let me
line.
ask you this question, just because I'm curious. At least in New York, when you have an item that isn't strictly refuse like this, you have to call and make a special appointment
That's
for them to
exactly
come and pick it up.
Same thing
No.
here.
Is that the rule
Yes,
here?
it is. You see the size of those refuse cans that are put back near my property line. Anything that is to be disposed of, according to the sanitation department, is to be put inside
those bags.
containers,
And if you have
not
anything
to be left out.
Now, Mr. Gawant, that's for a reason. Did you call and schedule an appointment
No.
to pick this up?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that makes this case so much easier.
But, may I add?
Yes.
I assembled that, and I was going to break it in half because it takes 3 screws and
Yes.
put it in the container because of its
Yes.
lightweight.
Yes.
But before I even got to put it in that,
Yes.
this other gentleman in the alleyway took the control over that and asked to use it. Apparently, it didn't work where he wanted, returned it. That's where the problem ended.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. I should have done this. I could have done that, but you didn't.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Mr. Gawant, I hate in front of your mother to say to you, I don't believe what you're saying, because you said I was on my way outside to put it 15 feet away from where this damage occurred when somebody came by and just took it from me. Now, it would seem to me if this was in your garage, what we were going to do is we take apart the 5 or 6 screws before you take it 15 feet outside so that it fits right into the can. So you have the estimate for the gate?
Yes, it was
Can I have it,
repaired.
please?
Absolutely.
Mr. Gawant, I want you to tell your mother I'm very happy. She watches our
And
courtroom
here-
every day. Tell her to tell her
There's
friends
a copy for you, sir.
that even though her son lost the case, he was treated fairly. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $76.50. Thank you very much.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
First, I would just like to say hello to my mother. It was pretty fair. If there was a technical violation that I performed, then I deserve to be found guilty. But the assault of the rack being thrown at me in my garage is pretty clear, and that's an issue to be pursued perhaps subsequent to this hearing.
It was very fair, very simple. It was an open and shut case. There was no question of what was done and how it was done, and the judge was absolutely correct. I hope we make good neighbors.
So
was my boyfriend's car, Your Honor.
Your boyfriend's car or your boyfriend's wife's car?
She borrowed her married boyfriend's car to go clubbing with a friend and got it towed.
I felt it was partly my fault, Your Honor.
It's all your fault.
No, it's not all my fault, Your Honor.
Club hopping.
Yes. Yes.
And you were driving that night?
Yes, it was my boyfriend's car, Your Honor.
Your boyfriend's car or your boyfriend's wife's car?
My boyfriend's car.
And according to you, you loaned her money because she parked in a no parking zone and got her car towed, the boyfriend's car towed.
Yes, Your Honor.
In addition to getting it towed, you got a ticket.
Yes.
For $100. You're countersuing for the $100. You say it was her fault.
Yes, ma'am.
She wants her $150 back that she gave you to get the car out of the pound.
Well, she begged me to take her to the club,
Just
Your
a
Honor.
second. You wanted to go to the club?
She was staying at our house, and I invited her to go with me. I invited her, and when we were there,
hadn't started staying at your house yet.
Don't interrupt.
I invited her to go with us, and I told her I'd pay for parking, and if she wanted drinks at the club, I'd pay for it, so she knew. And she saw residential parking.
So you're in the car?
Mm-hmm.
She's in the driver's seat?
Yes.
Where are you?
Passenger.
Anybody else in the car?
No, just us two.
Okay.
And she saw a residential parking area.
Don't tell me what she saw.
All right.
You're driving.
We're driving. And she parked there, and I told her I paid for the parking. She wanted, she said, no, save your money so we'll have money in the club, and you could buy me a drink there. I said, fine. So she parked there. I bought her the drink, whatever. We left the club, came back. The car had been towed already. So my friends gave us a ride home, and on the way home, she asked me if we could lend her money to get the car out, because her boyfriend would be really mad. It's his boyfriend's wife or whatever. And so I lent her the money because she kept on asking. It was a verbal agreement to exactly
What did she say to you?
She said that she'll pay me back a week later. She made arrangements to pay me back a week later with somebody else. And when that week later came, she did not pay me back. And she said that, oh, wait one more week, please. It's been 5 months. I have not received any of my money, no payments. I would have gladly accepted payments, nothing.
Now let's hear from you.
Okay. She invited me to go out with her, and she had money. She took $10 with her, so she didn't want to pay for parking. This is why we parked out in the street.
Don't tell me what she didn't want. You're in the driver's seat of the car. She's in the passenger seat of the car. You're driving along. You see a parking space.
Okay, and she told me to turn and park there. This way we'd have more money. So I went and I parked. There were no signs, otherwise I would not have parked there. When we got out of the club, the car was gone. I was in hysterics because it was not my car. And she was like, don't worry, Yolanda, I'll give you the money. I'll give you the money so that you can pay for it. And I was like, she's like, I feel like it's all my fault. And I told her that I would try to get her money back because I felt it was partly my fault, Your Honor.
It's all your fault.
No, it's not all my fault, Your
Sure
Honor.
it is. It's all your fault.
No.
Miss Hancock.
How do you figure that it's all my fault? When I was
well,
taking her,
if you
begged
close
me
your
to
mouth
take
a
her.
second, I'm going to tell you. How old are you?
I'm 25, Your Honor.
You're driving a car.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're responsible for the car.
Yes.
You're responsible for speeding, right?
Yeah.
You're responsible if you pass a red light.
Yes.
You're responsible if you park in a towaway zone. You are responsible because you're driving.
Yes, Your Honor, but she was paying for the parking, so she did not want to pay, so she told me to park there. There were no visible signs.
So then, just a second, that's two different things. One, you say she didn't want to pay for the parking. So then you say, because you're a responsible person, well, if you don't want to pay for the parking, then we can't go to the club because I can't park illegally. That's the first thing that you say if you're a responsible person. The second thing that you said was there were no signs. Well, if there were no signs, that's not her fault. That's the city's fault. Then you should have fought the matter in court if there were no signs. So what is it? Is it that there were no signs or that she didn't want to pay for the parking?
She didn't want to pay for parking, and so we parked there because there were no signs.
How much did you lend her? She's never going to get it.
I lent her $113.
So what's the $150 that you're suing for?
I've been waiting. I asked her repeatedly in person and on the phone that I need that money back for school. I had to buy school books.
And you paid a $100 parking ticket?
An $80, yes.
$80 parking ticket.
Yeah.
So you're countersuing her for $100 just to round it out?
Yes.
Well, your countersuit is dismissed. If there were no signs, you should have fought the ticket. If there were signs, he had no business parking there. You are the person driving the car. You are responsible, you and you alone. Do you understand?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Judgment is for the plaintiff in the amount of $113. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
And now the next case.
All parties on Barnes and others versus Lloyd and others. Step forward.
Sorority sisters Colleen Barnes, Karen Mohan, and Amber Eakin want rent and damages from Erica Canonico and her boyfriend, Michael Lloyd.
Who's the best spokesperson?
I guess me.
Karen.
Okay. You were all going to college?
Yes.
Sorority sisters?
Yes.
Decided to rent an apartment?
It's a house, actually.
Or a house?
Yeah.
With a token guy?
We didn't know he was going to be living there. We just saw it occasionally.
Well, you were a sorority sister along with them, and you brought him along.
Yes.
According to this complaint, in addition to bringing along the guy, you brought a dog or two? How many?
One dog.
One dog.
Yes.
That you had some problems with. You're going to tell me what you did, which I found rather interesting. Immature, but interesting. And then you did some damage to the apartment before you moved out, which you have an excuse for. This all sounds fascinating. So they moved in. They're supposed to pay rent and utilities. They paid the rent, but you say they owe you for utilities. You'll tell me about that. Tell me about the dog.
Okay, the dog, it was just a puppy. He was like 4 months old, and he wasn't trained yet. He had none of his shots. And they would just let it go to the bathroom everywhere, all over the house. And we picked it up. I mean, we didn't want to live like that. And the roommates just got fed up picking it up. So we decided one day, we're like, let's see how long it takes Erica to pick up her dog's stuff. So we waited like 2 weeks. One night we got totally fed up with it, and I know it was immature.
So let me understand this. You 5 sorority sisters lived in a house with dog do for 2 weeks in the house.
Yes.
The owners of that house must have been thrilled. And then after 2 weeks, what did you decide to do?
One night we just got it all together and we piled it all in front of her room. We thought it would like teach her a lesson. Maybe she should pick it up.
And then you came home.
Yes.
And you found this gift in front of your room.
Basically, yes.
So what did you do?
I picked it all up and put it in front of her door. And first of all,
why did you do that?
oh, because I was upset. See, all this was up on the 3rd floor, and I very seldom went up on the 3rd floor.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
You don't destroy property. Stupid, immature, juvenile, especially when you've been living on their largesse.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 23-year-old Colleen Barnes, 24-year-old Karen Maughan, and 22-year-old Amber Eakin are suing 20-year-olds Erica Canonico and Michael Lloyd for utilities and cutting the phone lines to their sorority.
Why didn't you pick up after your dog?
If it was downstairs, I did, but they had a cat that also went in my room all the time that I had to pick up.
Cats don't go in your room. Cats go in litter boxes.
No, it went in my room. Its litter box was on the 3rd floor, and it went in my room.
Why didn't you pick up after your dog? You mean you're only picking up after your dog on your floor?
On the 1st floor and 2nd floor.
Okay, so then you picked up this gift and you put it in front of their room. And what did you do with it?
I threw it away.
Finally, some common sense. Now I'm turning to you. According to these papers, when you moved into the apartment, you had certain acumen as an electrician.
Yes.
So you sort of spliced in some telephone lines and connected some telephone lines so everybody would have a phone.
That's correct.
And you also did that with an air conditioner?
The air conditioner, I didn't connect. No.
So then you both decided to move out.
After this, yes. After they broke into my room, broke beer bottles, threw garbage, and kicked out my fan out the window, kicked over my fan in the room, and the wine girl threw me into the shower. After that, I did.
So you had an argument with which one?
Me. One in the middle.
So, Michael,
yes.
What did you do?
With the telephone lines?
Yes.
Okay, when we moved in, there was one telephone working in the house. I went outside, there was a bunch of telephone lines. I spliced them all together, some of them in the basement, some of them in the hallways. I did a lot of plumbing work for them. I helped them clean the whole house. When we moved in, there was garbage everywhere. The house was just trashed. Every room had garbage on the floor. There was just things everywhere. I helped them clean up. I did a lot of repair work for them. I fixed some of their cable lines so everybody could have...
That's why they brought a guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, but since day one, they complained that he was there, but he was there and did a lot of work.
So you did a lot of work, which is all leading you up to what you did to the phone lines when you left.
Well, see, when I did the work, I never asked for any payment. It was just done. I actually did it for her so that she would be happy too. And when we left, I cut 2 of the lines and two of the phone lines and the air conditioning cord.
Well, you cut the phone lines because I guess you figured in your own mind that that was okay to do because you would put them in.
I'm the one that put them in, yes.
But you just told me that you didn't put in anything with regard to the air conditioner,
Well, see,
so that was sort of a tip.
No, the air conditioner was a totally different story. See, the air conditioner tripped the breaker every day, and every time they used it, it tripped the breaker. And I warned them that if I was ever late for work, because our room and their room was on the same circuit breaker, and I warned them if I was ever late for work because my alarm wouldn't go off, that I was going to cut the air conditioning cord. And every time it clicked off, someone would have to walk all the way to the basement to turn it back on, which was usually me, and I got sick of it. And one day it clicked off, nobody went downstairs to turn it back on, so I turned it on. They left the air conditioning on with the room locked, so it kept on tripping the breaker. And I got fed up, and I cut it. And I did replace the cord, though. I gave her a new air conditioning cord. I offered to actually hook the cord up to the air conditioner for her, but she didn't want me to.
Do you owe them for any utilities before you moved out?
Maybe our last month.
No, she owes us. She only paid 1 month's utilities the whole time we were there.
You're saying that I lived there for 6 months
Yes.
and I never paid one
Yes.
utility.
You
But
hid-
when I
you
moved
hid
out,
the phone
Don't
bill.
fight with each other.
She hid the phone bill. The phone bill was hers, and she hid it in her drawer.
I didn't. The phone bill was
the
not
water
mine.
bill, I mean, and she
The
hid it
water
in her
bill.
drawer. So
How
we
much
wouldn't
are we
have to
talking
pay.
about in utilities? Come on.
Yeah.
Utility bills that you
Like
say.
$441.
How much do each of you pay for utilities?
Well, we have to pay for 5 different utilities. And
we have a list of here,
Let me see.
everything divided up.
Let me see.
And we have all the bills too.
Did you each pay by check?
No.
Or
No.
cash?
We paid cash.
Cash. Did you pay?
Mike never paid
Did you
anything.
pay?
I paid my girlfriend and
But he didn't
her
pay to live
return
there. He
pay her.
used all utilities.
I paid her my bills, and she would in return pay them.
He never paid anything. He might have paid for her, but he never paid anything for himself.
But he paid for me, but you're saying that I
But
never
he
paid
didn't.
bills?
He used everything. Maybe one time.
Please, ladies, this is not debate.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
That was because we were locked
Because you were fighting and you lost
Sorority
him out.
sisters. You know what this sounds like? It sounds like six-year-olds in camp.
Closed captioning sponsored in part by Real Cases, Real People, Judge Judy. 23-year-old Colleen Barnes, 24-year-old Karen Mohan, and 22-year-old Amber Eakin are suing 20-year-olds Erica Canonico and Michael Lloyd for utilities and cutting the phone lines to their sorority.
$45 for gas for the month of April?
Yes. We live in a big house. It has it's 3 floors, 7 bedrooms.
So how much is the gas for the whole house?
Right now, it comes to like $375 a month.
For gas?
Yes.
It's gas heat, gas...
Gas heat. It heats the house.
Well, how come you let her stay there for all those months if she didn't pay?
She was our friend.
If she didn't pay her share of the bills. I mean, she says she paid. Maybe she owes you a month. When you say maybe you owe them a month, maybe you owe them 2 months?
No, it was the last month that I lived there. I moved out in the middle of July.
She didn't even pay rent her last month. Her check bounced to our landlord.
And then I ended up paying him.
We paid him back 2 weeks later.
Is that
No,
right?
it was like a month later.
But they paid?
Yeah,
They
they
paid.
eventually paid.
And are you telling me you carried both of them for 5 months?
We just didn't pay their share.
Mike really
You didn't pay their
No,
share?
we have all the bills like showing our balances and stuff. We just
So you paid the utility
we would
companies...
pay our share.
Just a second. You paid the utility companies less her share.
Mm-hmm.
How do you pay just part of Con Edison or part of Ohio Electric?
You just pay. We would just send in whatever we owed, and then they would send like past due balances to us.
Let me see those bills.
These are the only ones that actually have what we paid on them. The rest are, and the water bill has that we never
But how
paid
do
it
I
because
know
she
those
hid
are
it.
mine? They could have been anyone. There was like 6, 7 people living in the house.
Some of these don't even add up. How much were your utilities for a month that you paid?
It came to about $125.
For you?
Roughly, yes.
What about for you?
Nothing.
He didn't
We
pay
didn't
anything.
charge him because he didn't really live there.
He wasn't technically supposed to live there, but he stayed there every night.
Not every night. He didn't live there for 2 months.
Now,
Well, because he
let's
fought
get
with
to
you all the
okay,
time.
let's get to the phone. Let's get to the phone cords and these other cords. Were these phone things that you spliced together, were they illegal?
Not in any way that I knew, no.
Yes.
Well, were they illegal? When I say illegal, you're supposed to call the phone company, they come in, they put in another line, they charge a couple of bucks, you know, and then you have a legal line. So what you did...
Well, see, we paid for a phone line, and
Yes,
all
and
I
then-
did was splice off of that line inside the house and run it to other bedrooms. There was already phone jacks in all the bedrooms. They were just people, whoever was there before had cut them, and I just spliced them back together.
Well, did you turn the phones back on?
Yes, it was a month. We didn't pay.
No, just answer my question. You turned the phones back
a month later, they turned our phone off. We didn't have a phone for a whole month. Yes, we turned them back on.
And does everybody have a phone in their
Yes.
room now? Do they
Legally.
charge you?
Yes, that's what the $296 is for.
But they charge you for that?
Yes.
No, the $246 was for them to come out and fix the lines that were cut. And
we could not pay that, so they shut our phone off. For a whole month, they would not let one of the other roommates put it in her name because of this. It took us a whole month.
Okay, so the $246 was to fix the
Yes.
phone lines.
See, when we first moved in, though, they would have had to pay for that if I wouldn't have spliced the lines for them, so there really isn't a difference.
Well, let me tell you what the difference is.
wouldn't have
What's-
paid $246.
Michael, let me tell you what the difference is, sir. Is this your girlfriend?
Yes.
You spent a lot of time in the house?
Yes.
Slept over? Brushed your teeth with water? Took a drink occasionally?
Yes.
Right? When it was hot, you had a fan?
Yes.
When it was cold, did you have heat?
Yes.
So you were toasty warm when it was cold? And you paid Zippo in rent?
I paid her my rent.
Just a minute. She didn't pay them.
Yes, she did.
For you?
No.
No, she didn't, Michael. No, she didn't. She paid her share. You were sort of living there gratis. So gratis, you don't cut the phone lines.
Judge Judy is ready to rule. Want justice? Call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Gratis, you don't cut the phone lines. I mean, everybody pays rent. How old are you?
20.
You go to school?
Not anymore.
Were you at the time?
Yes.
Did you graduate?
No.
What are you doing now?
I'm an electrician's apprentice.
Well, that's good. So out of your salary for the phone lines and the utilities, they're getting $371. You don't destroy property. Stupid, immature, juvenile, especially when you've been living on their largesse.
He cut the lines after they destroyed my room with glass.
No,
Just a
didn't.
second.
Cut them before you even left.
Just a second.
You didn't
Just a
break into
second.
my window.
No, we
Listen,
didn't.
just a
Okay.
second. Did you pay for the window?
What window?
Did you say they broke a window?
He broke a
they
window,
broke a
too.
window.
They
In our
broke
front
into
door.
my. That was because we were locked.
Because you were fighting and you lost
Sorority
him out.
sisters. You know what this sounds like? It sounds like six-year-olds in camp.
It does.
$371, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Here's your paperwork.
Thank you.
Out the back door to your right, please.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I mean, we got along great at first, and then it just ended up that night that everything went crazy, basically.
When I see them in bars, yeah, they're really ignorant to me, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Mike cut the wires. Yeah, okay, we're paying for that. That's fine. No, I'm just glad they're out of my lives.
So are we.
Too.
Three times during Dale's stay in the house, I called the police, scared for my life.
They were roommates until she realized it just wasn't gonna work.
One day I found him drunk in the bathtub, naked.
That is a lie.
Shh.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I find it very
No.
difficult listening to lies.
Well, you have to stand there, sir, until it's trial.
Halftime.
How old is your child?
4 years old.
Boy or a girl?
He's a boy.
And according to your complaint, the defendant owes you $300 in rent, and you're suing him for $5,000.
Right.
Order.
You have a counterclaim because you say she damaged some of your property when she illegally evicted you.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you want her to pay you back for all the money that you did, in fact, pay her for rent.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so how much was he supposed to pay you each month?
$450 plus deposit.
And what happened that caused you to evict him?
Dale had agreed to many terms prior to entering the apartment, none of which he followed through upon. He agreed to pay half the rent, half the utilities, his share of the phone bill, to pay a deposit to treat my child with respect and to keep the house clean. And he did not comply with those requirements. And also, throughout his living in the apartment, he displayed behavior which was very scary to me. And after I asked him to leave, he began to threaten me. And
so you asked him to leave. How long had he lived there before you asked him to leave?
It was about a month and a half.
So how much rent was owing at that time?
He owes me for 21 days in the month of March, which is a total of $305.
Okay, and what happened when he was evicted in March?
Dale had agreed to leave within 60 days after my initial conversation with him to leave. When I asked him to sign a document stating that he would leave at that time, he flew into a rage and began to threaten me. Dale refused to leave at the time that he said he was going to leave. And then we made a new plan saying that he would leave on the 15th of March. On the 14th, I said, "Are you leaving tomorrow?" He said, "I'm not leaving tomorrow. Now leave me alone." And he scared me to death, Your Honor, and I
So what did you do?
3 times during Dale's stay in the house, I called the police, scared for my life, scared for
No, Mrs. Janowski. So you took his things and you put him outside?
At that time, absolutely. I did. I felt afraid for my life.
Okay. And you came home and found all your stuff outside?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask you a question, Mr. Ronat? How come you didn't pay March's rent if this happened on the 14th of March?
Your Honor, we had, when agreed for the 60 days notice, the first night that the police had come up, I had later found an arrangement in which I could probably move out on the 14th, 15th of March, 15 days later. I approached her, I said, if I could move out within 15 days to alleviate the stressful situation, I said, would you be willing to absorb the half a month's rent that I would normally pay in order for me to move out quickly and alleviate the situation?
Mm-hmm.
She said, absolutely not. She said that was unacceptable. So I said, fine, we will go back to our 60 days notice. I went back into my room.
Okay, but you were living there at that point, March 1st through the 14th, rent-free?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
Now tell me why $5,000. I have $305. Where do you get $5,000 from?
So I said Dale did not pay any of his bills.
What bills? Phone bills? What else?
Phone, Department of Water and Power, gas company, cost of cleaning because he never cleaned.
Strike the cost of cleaning.
One day I found him drunk in the bathtub, naked, and there was vomit throughout.
That's a lie.
In the bathroom, it was covered with vomit, and he had broken a candle holder of mine that cost $50. So the total, if you would like to see it, Your Honor, is $575.
I still don't get to $5,000, madam.
When I asked Dale to leave, he would fly into rages, Your Honor, and he shouted at me numerous times with his finger in my face, "Things are going to get really nasty around here."
I mean, are you telling me? Shh.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I find it very difficult listening to lies.
Well, you have to stand there, sir, until it's your turn.
Okay.
That's why I would break into tears.
Just listen to me. What you're telling me is you want $4,500 for your emotional stress. For your emotional stress, for your child's emotional stress. Is that what you're telling me?
Absolutely.
Wrong. It'd be ridiculous, madam. If everything worked out fine, then you would not have a problem. Then he would still be your tenant. Things weren't working out. You should have looked into his background a little more carefully, investigated a little more carefully if you have a child before you take a stranger into your house. You didn't. It didn't work out. Now, you violated the law by putting his things out on the street. And the police, I'm sure, told you that you had no legal right to do that. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So, you're going to have to absorb, because you did the wrong thing, certain things, including your emotional stress. Now, you certainly were living there March 1st to March, let's say March 15th. That's a half a month's rent, right?
Yes.
You owe her for that?
Yes.
Sure, you do. So you owe her $225 for half a month's rent. Now, You're suing her for, everybody's got these big numbers, a lot of zeros, $2,500.
That's an overestimation. I didn't have an exact measure at the time.
Let me hear, sir, what things of yours were destroyed.
Well, actually, I brought a couple of the items. A lot of them are irreplaceable, things that I can't estimate value. So,
Like, give me an example.
I have a figurine from Walt Disney that's about 40 years old that was given to my grandmother, and it's broken in half. I have numerous CDs that were placed in a bag that had sand in them, and they were just placed in there by themselves without the case. They're just scratched, and I can't play them anymore. I have a lamp that was a gift, and it was flattened.
I'm the part-time manager of the building, Your Honor, and I watched as everything was brought downstairs, and as the manager, I can tell you, nothing was broken. Not one thing.
How do you,
as a matter of fact...
Just a second. Tell me, where were you when the things were brought down?
Here are the stairs, here's me.
Okay. And were they brought down as individual things, or were they in a bag?
Some individual and some in a bag, and I looked through everything as they were bringing it down to make sure that nothing was broken, and she had asked me to do that, and I was happy to comply with that request.
So you looked through every single thing that was brought down, and you saw absolutely nothing broken?
Absolutely nothing broken.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He was threatening me with my child present. Whether it sounds funny or not,
stop being so dramatic, madam.
It scared me to death.
I think you're nuts to come to court to sue him. Nuts.
And later today.
I mean, she's cheated on me in the past.
I don't give a rat's behind about your social history with her, so that has absolutely nothing to do with money.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 29-year-old Tessa Charnovsky says 23-year-old former roommate Dale Arnott did not pay rent, broke her furnishings, and berated her son.
Well, let me ask you this question, sir. When the things were put outside, they were left outside overnight?
Yes.
Did you watch them all night?
My apartment building overlooks them, so yes.
Are you telling me you stayed up all night to watch these things? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm a writer, so I have different hours, so I sleep during the day sometimes. But my car is also parked back there, so I do keep an eye on the building. As the manager, it's my responsibility. And because his things were out there, and I did know Dale, I did take it upon myself to make sure that nobody came and stole things. So the answer to your question is yes.
So you're telling me that you watched these bags, whatever they were, plastic shopping bags,
Unless I have
all
to
night.
go tinkle, then I went to the bathroom.
Listen to me. The two of you have a problem. And your problem is that you don't know how to put a period to the end of this rather unfortunate tenancy. He owes you $225 in rent. Your emotional distress you're going to have to learn to live with. You, however, did the absolute wrong thing and put his things out of the house and left them outside, unattended, overnight. Absolutely the wrong thing.
May I make a statement, please?
Sure.
Your Honor, he told me that if I went through the eviction process, that he would stay for 60 days.
Which is his legal right.
I said 6 months.
Just listen to me, Ms. Chernovsky.
Fine, 6 months.
That's his legal right.
And Your Honor, and then he was threatening me with my child present. Whether it sounds funny or not,
stop being so dramatic, madam.
It scared me to death.
Well, what I'm telling you is if it scared you to death, you have to pay for it. You did something that was illegal. You cannot take his things and just put them out of the house. You can't do that. But clearly, he's out of your house now. He's out of your life now. I assume you're going to be smarter when you rent to somebody else. But you have to understand that you can't just say to somebody, you're going to leave when I tell you. Because once he moves into a place, he has certain rights as a tenant. And I can understand you being fearful for yourself. I can understand you being fearful for your child. But that once he's out, I think you're nuts to come to court to sue him. Nuts. Because if you were really afraid of him, Ms. Chernovsky, and if he was out of your house and out of your life, you would not have sued him. Because that doesn't make any sense if you were really afraid of him. So your lawsuit's dismissed, as is your counterclaim.
Thank you.
You're even.
I'm fine.
That's all.
Please excuse. You may step out. Out the back door to your right, please.
At first, everything was fine, and then over a short period of time, she became not the person I originally had planned on her being.
This is a man who is evil, is a pathological liar, is destructive, does not follow through on any responsibilities, and he wins. It's absolutely outrageous.
I'm just going on with my life. I'm really over all this, and I never wanted to come in the first place.
And now the next case.
Bodies on Jackson versus Hambrick. Step forward, please.
Dina Jackson, with her twin sister Dawn as a witness, is suing her ex-boyfriend Joey Hambrick for using her credit card. His witness is his twin brother, Danny.
Who's the plaintiff?
I am.
Who are you?
I'm her sister.
Sit down. Who are you?
I'm his brother. He's my witness. I'm Joey.
Sit down. Because I don't know if we need witnesses. Miss Jackson, this is your former boyfriend. You say he owes you $5,000.
Yes.
For a series of loans that you made to him, start at the beginning?
He charged on my credit card from July to September. And I
Of
gave him,
1997?
yes. And I gave him a cash loan in October.
And how much did he charge on your credit card?
$1,531.
And did you give him permission to charge that on your credit card?
Yes, he had promised to pay me for it.
Well, tell me about it.
Okay, we would go shopping, and he would ask me if he could use my credit card to buy an item, and I would say okay. And in the past, he'd always done it and paid me back.
Why didn't you use your own credit card?
I don't have a credit card.
Okay, so the drill was you would use her credit card, and in the past, you paid her back.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes she, I mean, we had we had a relationship, I mean, I bought stuff for her, she bought stuff for me. I'd take her out to dinner, too. I mean, we'd go out to nice restaurants, I'd pay for that. I mean...
That's different. All right, let me see the bills. Now, then you say there was a large loan that you made to him to have his car fixed.
Yes.
Let's get this. What's Silver Island?
It's a jewelry store where he bought, I think, a bracelet.
For $19?
Yeah, it's not a very nice bracelet.
Who did he buy the bracelet for?
Himself.
For $19?
Yeah.
IKEA, $529. What was that for?
I bought some furniture for my room.
That you still have?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you have to pay for that. Why should she pay for your furniture?
Well, I mean, she took me shopping. I mean, it was just part of it.
And she had credit, so it was like.
Just a second.
It was a mutual thing. Yes.
You see my mouth moving. Were you there?
Yes, I was there a couple times.
You were there?
On a couple occasions, I was.
My sister was there also on a few occasions.
Just a second. Step up here. You related to him?
Yes, I'm his twin brother.
Okay. Tell me the occasions when you were there when she bought him things on her credit card.
Well, we'd be, say, just on any occasion. We were all four of us together.
No. Specific.
Okay, for the jewelry, okay?
The $19 bracelet.
The $19 bracelet. She bought that for him. She saw, oh yeah, this is cute. I like this. It'll look good on you. So she bought it.
So you were there in the jewelry store
Yes,
with
I
the
was.
two of them?
Yep.
Tell me about it. Where was it located, this jewelry store?
I can't recall. It was a while ago.
You can't recall. You can't recall where it was, but you recall the conversation.
Yep.
Sit down.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Where'd you get all this money from?
My father died a couple of years ago and left me money.
So you gave him almost everything that you got?
I wanted to help him at the time he needed the money. I felt bad for him.
Closed captioning, sponsored in part by Real Cases, Real People, Judge Judy. 22-year-old student Dina Jackson is suing her ex-boyfriend, 19-year-old restaurant manager Joey Hambrick, for using her credit card and not paying her back.
Tell me about the car loan.
He had called me one day in the middle of October and said he had been planning on selling his car, which he was going to pay me for the credit card payments. Sorry. And he had called me and he had crashed his car pretty bad and he asked for a loan.
What did he say? Exactly.
He called and said he crashed his car. It was pretty bad. He needed to borrow some money so he could fix it in order to sell it. And I said, okay.
How much did he borrow?
$3,800.
Did you borrow $3,800 from her?
She gave it to me.
No.
Let me see where you withdrew $3,800.
I don't have a bank statement or anything from it. I gave him cash.
Well, you had to withdraw the cash from someplace, madam.
I took it out of the bank. I didn't.
Show me.
I don't have it with me. My sister was with me when I did it. I have a canceled check. He made one payment to me for the car loan for $50.
Let me see it.
It was in November. It's the only thing he ever paid me for anything.
What kind of car did you have?
Toyota Tercel,
What year?
95.
Where did you have it fixed?
I had it fixed at a place in Hemet. It was, I think, Tire Pros.
Just one second. Let me get this down. Clearly and unequivocally. You had the car fixed at what place?
Tire Pros in Hemet.
Tire Pros?
Yeah.
You're getting this information down because we can always do something like make a telephone call. You wouldn't mind that, sir, right?
No.
And how much did you pay to have the car repaired?
It was $3,800, somewhere around. It's $3,790 something.
And then did you sell the car?
No, I haven't sold it.
Well, was that your arrangement to sell the car so that you could pay her back what you owed her?
Well, partly, I mean, I was trying to sell the car because I wanted to get a new car.
Well, what about this $3,800 that she lent to you? You seem to say there was no mention of repayment.
No, I called her and I said, you know, I had a car accident. I need money. I need help. And, you know, it was either, it was up to her whether to give it to him or not, you know? I mean, she's cheated on me in the past.
I don't give a rat's behind about your social history with her, so that has absolutely nothing to do with money. So you said, I need $3,800.
Yeah, I did.
Were you still dating at the time?
Yes.
Where did you expect her to get the money from?
She's had a lot of money. She had an inheritance a while back. She obviously had a lot more than I did.
What do you do for a living?
I work at McDonald's. I'm just a manager there.
At McDonald's?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I go to school and I help out at my dad's dental office, my stepdad's dental office.
Where'd you get all this money from?
My father died a couple of years ago, and we each got $5,000.
So you gave him almost everything that your father had left you? Huh?
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Call 1-888-800-JUDY.
You took out of the bank almost everything that your father had left you?
I wanted to help him at the time he needed the money, and I felt bad for him. My sister was with me when I gave him the money, and he even said, you know, I really appreciate it. I'll pay you back as soon as I sell my car. He had told me that when I gave him the money.
These two bills together add up to more than the
Yeah, about $5,300.
maximum allowance that this court can award to you. But you owe this money. You're going to have to work at McDonald's double time, Mr. Hembrick. Double time. You owe the money. So you got to pay it. Judgment is with the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Out the back door to your right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
He was mad at me because I broke up with him, and he said unless I got back together with him, he wasn't giving me my money. He's jealous, he's possessive. I broke up with him. I started going out with decent guys, and he didn't like it.
Decent guys. Give
Yeah.
me a break. When your girlfriend takes you out and buys you stuff, I spent money on her as well as she spent money
Just
on me.
because he doesn't have like credit card payments and stubs to prove it doesn't mean he doesn't spend any money on her.
I don't want anything to do with him. I want you
told
to
you the
stop. I
same
want you to
thing.
stop calling me.
I don't
want
want
you
to
to
have
leave me
anything to
alone.
do with you either.
We had to
Well, then
change
stop
her
calling
number
me.
because
I did
he
change
was
my number
harassing her.
because he was harassing me.
And he let the air out of my tires.
You say you're attached to the dog?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're attached to the dog?
Absolutely.
Now that they've split and she's found someone new, they both want the dog. So Judge Judy puts Missy to the test.
Okay, Missy, come.
Come on, Missy. Missy. Come on.
Well, now that Missy has relieved herself in my courtroom, try living together, according to these papers, you purchased this dog.
We were never living together, Your Honor. The dog lived at my house with me and my roommate.
And at my house, too.
You purchased this dog together. When you separated, you kept the dog.
He kept the dog initially, and I continued to see her.
And then the dog came into your custody.
Correct.
When?
9 months ago.
And you've recently married somebody else.
Correct.
And now you want the dog back.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me why you think I should give you the dog.
Well, Your Honor, the dog was a birthday gift. Half the purchase price was a birthday gift from Laura to me. We looked in the paper, found one, bought her. I have a receipt in my name.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Laura split up, decided to move back home, go back to school.
You decided to move back home?
Yes, with my parents' support, go back to school, further my education. And the situation at my parents' house, I didn't want, it was not a good time for Missy to be there at that time. Laura offered to, if I ever needed a place for Missy to stay, she would care for her. So I thought about it, and I called her and asked her if the offer was still good. She assured me that it was. I stated to her over the phone and in person when I finally did bring the dog to her that this was only temporary. It could be 3 weeks, 3 months, or 3 years, but it's still my dog, and I wanted her back. And she assured me that she didn't have any problem with this agreement. I told her that if she was going to have a problem letting her go, to tell me and I would make other arrangements.
Mm-hmm.
She said that this was fine.
Your Honor.
Just a minute. And?
And January she called me, let me know that she was engaged and her fiance was living with her. So it was kind of difficult for me to come see her as often. Now that he was living there, it was a little uncomfortable at the time.
You can understand that.
Sure.
Okay.
So the remodeling that was going on at my parents' house was done. There was 5 dogs there in the beginning.
Anyway, you finally came to
yeah.
a point where you could have the dog.
Correct. So that's why I want her back. She'll have a great home.
Your Honor, he never called and said he wanted the dog back. He called and said he wanted to see her. She had just had surgery. He didn't want to see her. He wanted to take her. In 9 months, he has called 3 times. He has never given any money for her, never paid for her. His witness, Kenny, has called and seen the dog more than he has.
Let me ask you this question. Mr. Snodgrass.
Yes.
You say you're attached to the dog?
Yes, Your Honor, very much so.
And you're attached to the dog?
Absolutely.
If the two of you stood over there, and this young lady, who are you?
Shireen, her friend.
And your friend stood over there with the dog and let the dog go, and both of you called her, would you both be satisfied with whoever the dog went to, that's who took her home?
No, she would run to anybody.
Just a second. No, talking to the two of you. If you really love this dog, both of you, it would seem to me that if one stood there and one stood there and you both called Missy, is that the name of the dog?
Correct.
Wherever Missy went to, it would seem to me that that's the home that the dog should go to.
Say that he trained her.
You willing to do that?
He trained her.
I'm not. She hasn't seen him in many months, so she's excited to see him. I'm not disputing that she's not happy to see him.
Well, if what you're saying is, madam, that the dog remembers him, knows him, would be just as comfortable in his house as in your house, and I do believe that when he left the dog with you, he left the dog with you with the understanding that this was not a permanent arrangement.
Your Honor, the dog has always been in my home. It has never been at his parents' home. This dog despises other dogs.
I'm not telling you. Listen, no, just a minute. The dog lived with him for a year.
Didn't live in the house he's in now. Didn't
Doesn't
live
make
with
any
other
difference.
animals.
We're talking about him. Did live with him without you for a year.
No. The dog was always with the two of us. I stayed at his house many, many nights. The dog stayed with me usually 2-3 nights a week.
So if what you're telling me is that you've had the dog now for 9 months, why would you have a fear of the dog making the decision to where the dog would be comfortable? Because certainly hasn't been with him for 9 months.
But the dog knows him. Dogs don't forget. He trained the dog. He trained her. She's going to go to him probably. But you could stand, I mean, she goes to a lot of people. It doesn't prove that he's the better home for her. He has never taken care of this dog in the manner that a dog should be taken care of.
Listen to me. It's not a question of whether his home is a better home than your home. I'm not doing a home study of both of your homes like we would do if we placed a foster child. What I'm saying to you is, on the face of this complaint, it seems to me there was an agreement that you had with him when he brought the dog over to you that this was a temporary arrangement and that this was his dog. When he gave you the dog, he said to you, I can't take it now, but I will be back for it. That's almost an acknowledgement.
I did not acknowledge that. That is nothing that happened. That is what he is saying.
Well,
he called me and asked me if I could take the dog permanently because he was moving to a home that was not adequate for the dog. She had always been in my home. She's been raised with my German Shepherd. She doesn't get along with other dogs. He has other dogs at his parents' home. He's never there in 9 months. He lives 6 blocks from me, Your Honor. He is 6 blocks.
So then why would you be concerned?
Because it's an animal. You can't, she doesn't know what's going on. If you could explain to this animal who you go to is who you're going to live with, okay, then it would be fair. You can't explain that to an animal.
I would like to try it anyway. Maybe you're wrong.
I know, he trained her. I don't think that's adequate.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Come on, Miss. Come on. Missy, come here.
Didn't go to either one of you.
She just...
Better get Missy, Judge.
What?
Better get Missy. Missy's getting messy.
Missy's getting messy.
And later today,
How did it come about that this $1,000 was taken out of your savings account?
Well, he asked for $1,000 for the house payment.
Where did you get this money from?
Birthdays, Christmas, stuff for when I get older.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jerry Snodgrass wants his ex-girlfriend, Laura Levancil Vasquez, to return his dog, a Jack Russell Terrier. She says the dog, Missy, has grown attached to her.
You pick which spot you're more comfortable with.
It doesn't matter.
Well, you pick it.
And he's going to what spot?
Whichever one you don't pick. You're
Well,
going to
what
be
are the
standing
two
next
spots?
to each other. One there and one there. You pick which one you're more comfortable with. Okay? Sir?
Missy.
Okay, Missy, come.
Come on, Missy.
Come
Missy.
here, baby.
Come on. What's the dog?
Come here.
Missy, come here. Come up, Missy.
Come here, baby.
See, put a perfect stranger here. She'd come to him if they called. She'll
You
go
think
to
so?
Kenny.
You
Yes, I
think so?
do.
Okay. Kenny. You're Kenny?
Yeah.
Kenny.
Just a second. Come here. Get the dog. You sit down with where Kenny is.
Laura, you stand on this side and have Kenny stand
Right.
on that side.
Okay.
Come on, Miss. Come on.
Missy, come.
Missy, come here. See? She went to your bailiff. Missy, come on, baby.
That hates dogs.
Just looking for a place to go to bed.
My bailiff doesn't hate dogs. Didn't
No.
go to either one of you.
She just...
Better get Missy,
I
Judge.
called it.
What?
Better get Missy. Missy's getting messy.
Missy's getting messy.
Oh, how sad. Look how
Missy.
much, see?
Now you wanna...
Come here,
Wanna
baby.
get
Come
Missy?
here, baby. Come here.
Well, now that Missy has relieved herself in my courtroom, try it again.
Missy, come. Come on. Missy, come. Come here, baby. Come see Mama.
Okay. I've read all the papers. And I do believe, Mr. Snodgrass, that from a legal perspective, you are the registered owner of this dog. The defendant does
Registered with who? She's always been registered with the state and city with me, never in his name.
Well, you got papers for this dog, is that
I
right?
put them in his name because I thought we were getting married. You know, I've always taken care of her vet bills. I've done everything for this dog her whole life. You know, he kept her locked in a kitchen for hours at a time. You know, he doesn't take care of an animal the way an animal should be taken care of.
You know, you could never tell that by the way the dog is affectionate
Your Honor,
towards him and seems to go with him.
He trained this dog.
My concern, you don't seem to understand, and I'm going to explain it to you once and then this case is over. My concern was that it would be totally unfair to take a dog who is totally attached to you as the owner of the past 9 months, and for no other reason other than the fact that there seems to me to be a legal presumption that he is the owner of this animal, to transfer the dog back to him. That was a concern that I had when I read these papers.
And it
Because
should be.
despite everything that you put in the papers, there is an acknowledgement that the dog is his dog, and you seem to say that he abandoned this dog by having minimal contact with the dog over the 9-month period that you had the dog. But quite frankly, I'm looking at this dog now, and this dog seems perfectly willing, and not only perfectly willing, but very anxious to go back with him.
Okay,
So
Your
I'm
Honor, what about the dogs that live at his parents' house? She does not get along with other dogs. What about the situation he's going to take her to live in? If he was asking to bring her back to his home where she grew up in and she lived, you know, I could see that being a good home for her. But there are dogs there. This dog does not get along with strange dogs.
You have a German Shepherd.
That she has been raised with since she was a puppy. They have been together since they were little.
Is that true?
Yes.
What kind of dogs do you have now where you're living?
They're Chihuahua Pomeranian mix. They're small dogs. There's 3 of them.
Has this dog ever been with those dogs?
A couple of times, Your Honor.
And how did they get along?
Okay.
Mr. Snodgrass.
Been there.
Mr. Snodgrass,
Yes, Your Honor.
let me tell you this. You love this dog?
Yes, I do.
Is that why you want the dog back?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Is that why he had me served 4 days before my wedding?
I tried to make this a gradual thing. I wanted Missy for the weekend. Laura wouldn't accept, you know, she wouldn't let.
She just had
period,
surgery.
Flat out said, you know, no, you can't see the dog.
I only have one other question for you, Mr. Snodgrass. How did you fare without this dog for the last 9 months?
Well, I missed her a lot. I thought about her all the time. But,
Yeah, he came to see her all the time. He missed her so much.
Hmm?
I thought about her all the time, you know, just the situation at home and the situation, you know, at Laura's house. It was just very uncomfortable for me to see her.
Put the dog down.
Unfortunately.
Put the dog down. Let it go.
She wants the tennis ball.
I see.
It's been a very sad 9 months.
Mention
Your
it
Honor.
if it was a child.
Hey. Missy, bring it. Good girl. Sorry, she likes to play. Bring it.
I'd still like for Laura and her new husband to visit the dog if they want.
Well, your former girlfriend has a life of her own now.
I understand that now.
Looks to me as if she's taken very good care of this dog.
I appreciate it very much.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
Now, you explain to me why you shouldn't give this money back to him, because I assume that you're here because you didn't give it back to him.
Correct.
Tell me why you don't believe you should pay him back.
closed captioning sponsored in part by Real Cases, Real People, Judge Judy. Jerry Snodgrass says his former girlfriend, Laura Levancil Vasquez, won't give him his dog. She says she loves Missy.
Mr. Snodgrass, I want you to make her feel totally comfortable. So you're going to take the dog for a weekend, because I think that what you say is absolutely true. I think you should take the dog to where you're living now, and if this is where you're going to live, I think that you should see how this dog gets along with 3 other dogs. I mean, you have a German Shepherd, right? And she learned to get along with the German Shepherd. She seems like a perfectly happy puppy. If she gets along with your dog, sir, you can keep her. If she doesn't, I want you to do the right thing and let her stay.
Your Honor, he won't
with her.
do the right thing.
Do you understand?
Yes, I understand. Who's going to judge whether she stays or she goes?
Well,
Laura?
I tell you what you do. Why don't you go to the house where he is
Oh, I will.
with the dog? Take a video camera with you.
Okay.
Memorialize the moment. If you can't make a decision as to whether or not the dog is in fact getting along with these other dogs, and give it a couple of minutes, you know.
Oh, I will.
Give it a couple of minutes. You can come back to me. Is that reasonable?
So who gets the dog right now, Your Honor?
Right now, dog's going home with her. She's going to bring the dog to your house. If things are not going well, and you've got the camera, the dog go back with her. If you can't agree, the dog goes back with her, and you come back to me. Reasonable? Good. That's all.
All right, excuse you may step out.
He's never there. He's never taken good care of the dog. He doesn't deserve to own an animal.
She knows that I trained Missy, raised her, and she'll have a great home. I care about her very much.
Yeah, that's why he's been there so many times in 9 months. Kenny's seen her more than you have.
No, it's not true.
Yeah, it is true.
And now the next case.
Parties on Gutierrez versus Kuzman. Step forward, please.
12-year-old Cole Gutierrez, with his mother Emily, is suing his former stepfather, 42-year-old butcher Mike Kuzman, for a $1,000 loan. Mike says he borrowed the money, but he also says he bought Cole an $1,800 computer.
What's your first name?
Cole?
Cole. This was your stepfather?
Yes.
How long was he married to your mom?
5 years.
And they are now divorced. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you say that while they were married, you made a loan to your then stepfather of $1,000.
Yeah.
You don't deny that this money was borrowed from his savings account.
No, I don't.
But you claim that you don't have to repay it. How did it come about that this $1,000 was taken out of your savings account? Tell me about the conversation.
Well, he asked me if he could borrow money so we could keep the house. And he said he needed $1,000. And
where did you get this money from?
Well, it's from money I saved. It's in a CD. It's a $1,000 CD.
Saved from what?
Birthdays, Christmas, stuff for when I get older.
So you said okay?
Yes.
And did you go to the bank with him?
No, I went with my mom.
And you took out the $1,000?
Yeah.
And who did you give it to?
I gave it to Mike.
Is that right?
Mostly, yes.
Okay. So he gave you the $1,000. You had gone to his room, asked him for it, and he gave it to you. Now, you explain to me why you shouldn't give this money back to him, because I assume that you're here because you didn't give it back to him.
Correct.
Tell me why.
Correct. Okay. Emily and I, we got behind in the mortgage payment. I knew that we were behind. I was notified by the bank that we were behind. And
Acknowledge you were behind in the mortgage payment. You went to your stepson.
Right.
He took out his CD and he gave it to you.
Correct.
That's what you asked him for.
Yes.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Tell me why you don't believe you should pay him back.
I'm paying off a computer that we got for him for $1,800.
So?
So I feel that that's just compensation for borrowing. It was $1,200, not $1,000. It was $1,200. I feel that's just compensation for borrowing the $1,200 from him.
Well, when did you buy him the computer?
In
June.
Shh. It was in June for his graduation.
Fine. What does that have to do with $1,000? You mean because you feel as if you're divorced from his mother and you're still paying off the computer that
Yes.
you want to offset that?
Yes.
Judgment in this case, he borrowed $1,000 or $1,200?
$1,200.
$1,200?
Yes.
Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,200. Mr. Kuzman, outrageous, sir.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
Thank you. I'm just sorry that all this came about. That it's unfortunate he got pulled into a divorce proceeding between my ex-wife and me.
It was quite simple, cut and dry. He borrowed money, didn't pay it back.
I still like him, but it's just this only thing, but I still like him.
That's a fairy story you're telling me, young lady. Somebody has to pay for the damage.
They worked in an ice cream parlor but felt like Chinese food, so the teenager got the takeout and got in an accident.
Did you ever tell her you didn't have a driver's license?
Yes, many times. She knew.
I don't believe you. You're 17 years old. You have a responsibility.
I'm not saying my daughter is not guilty.
Hendricks?
Mrs. Hendricks. Yes.
Mrs. Hendricks?
Yes.
This is your daughter.
This is my daughter.
How old are you?
17.
You're here really because the issue ultimately is whether you are responsible if I find your daughter negligent.
Correct.
The two of you were working together at a store, an ice cream store.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
And according to this complaint, she was using your car
Yes.
Because you guys got hungry for something other than ice cream.
Yes.
And you decided you wanted some Chinese food.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
How many orders did we have for the Chinese food?
It was just hers.
Just yours?
We were going to share.
No, we weren't.
Yes, we were.
You were her boss?
In some sense of the word, yes. I was a step above her, so at the time, yes.
So you tell me how it came about that she was driving your car.
Amy and I were sitting there, we were discussing that we were both a little hungry, and I am not allowed to leave since I am supervisor. So I was sitting there, we tried to get a few orders in.
You mean you tried to call it?
Right, yes. And it happened as there was a place about a mile away, and Amy said, I'll go get it if I can use your car. And I said, okay, fine. And I let her use my car, and it's less than a mile from our place of business, so should have taken like 10 minutes. About 20 minutes to about half an hour rolls by. I get a phone call. Vicki, I've been in an accident. I'm okay. The other driver's okay. It's nothing real big. I'm real sorry.
Tell me about the accident you got into.
I was turning at an intersection into a parking lot to get the food, and I turned and there was a car coming straight that I didn't see. I waited and let some cars pass.
So you were at fault?
It was my fault, yes.
How much was the damage to the car?
I'm not exactly sure. I had a $1,000 deductible. It was more than that. I had to pay the full $1,000.
Okay, young lady. You tell me why you think that this is not your fault and your responsibility.
Okay. Well, she handed me her keys. We did not discuss ordering in food at all, and she gave me her money and said, take my car and go get me dinner. And she also added at the end, you crash my car, I kill you. She was very aware I did not have my license.
How was she aware that you didn't have a license?
She used to take me home every night.
Yes.
After work.
Yes.
And so did everybody else at work. They joked around about having to take me home all the time.
Just a second. There's a difference between taking you home and her knowing that you didn't have a license. Did you know she didn't have a driver's license?
No, I did not till after the accident.
Did you ever tell her you didn't have a driver's license?
Yes, many times. She knew.
I don't believe you. Young lady, I don't believe that you ever told her you didn't have a driver's license.
I didn't have a car and I didn't have a license, and she used to tease me about it all the time. That, you know, I didn't have a license. Why don't you get your license? Why don't you start driving? And other people at work did.
I don't care about other people. That's a fairy story you're telling me, young lady. In any event, this is not a very difficult case. Somebody has to pay for the damage. Your daughter caused the damage to her car. Cost her $1,000. Who should pay the $1,000?
I'm not saying my daughter is not guilty here.
She is.
She had bad judgment.
Yes.
Extremely bad judgment.
And she got behind the wheel of a car knowing she didn't have a license.
Exactly.
Okay. Now I have a question for you. The other car was damaged as well?
I believe so.
The other car was damaged? Who paid for that?
I don't know.
We haven't heard anything from
my
her.
insurance. My insurance.
Well, so far you got a free ride with regard to the car that you damaged.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
So you don't get a free ride with regard to her car. You're 17 years old. You have a responsibility. Your responsibility is you don't do anything that's illegal. Getting behind the wheel of a car is illegal. So even if she said to you, go and get me dinner, you say, I can't get you dinner because I can't drive a car because I don't have a license. That's what you say. Sorry, I'll walk to get us dinner. Or I'll walk to get you dinner if that's what you want. You're my boss if you feel as if you want to do that. But you don't take the keys.
Well, I was under the course and scope of employment. She's my manager, and I just pretty much figured I had to do what she said.
Oh, no. And it's not the first time that you've driven a car, even though you don't have a license, right?
Correct.
Now, the question is, are you responsible for your daughter's acts of negligence? She is a minor. Somebody has to be responsible for her acts of negligence. It's no different from what she did than if she took a baseball and they were playing baseball and she broke out the windows in your next door neighbor's house. You would be responsible because you're her mother. Mother, father, parents are responsible.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
I was stuck in a box in my car with a big, huge man coming at me, all right? With tattoos all over his arms.
And so your lawyer should have sent you to a psychiatrist, not a chiropractor.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Amy Pender says her former boss, Vicky Giannopoulos, sent her to get lunch in Vicky's car. Amy crashed the car. Vicky wants her to pay for it.
Between this side and this side's guilty, and this side is out $1,000. You have to pay for that.
I understand that, but she's not being truthful.
Whether she's being truthful or not, your daughter is not being, A, truthful.
She's told you the exact truth here
No,
today.
she hasn't.
Yes, she
No,
has.
no, she hasn't. Bottom line is, she damaged her car, she damaged a perfect stranger's car. She didn't pay for either one. Now she's going to pay for one. $1,000 for the plaintiff, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Here you go.
And now the next case.
All parties on Ungar versus All Reed. Step forward, please.
Independent sales agent Derek Unger claims machinist Timothy Allreed punched him in a fit of road rage.
It has been a generation since the United States of America has been involved in a war. So you know what they substituted for war? Road rage. Here we have, unfortunately, another case of combatants behind the wheel of a car. Mr. Unger, you complain that you got into an altercation with this perfect stranger while you were driving your car and he was driving his car, as a result of which you were injured when he assaulted you. So you want to tell me the story?
Yes. On the date in question, I was driving eastbound on Santa Monica Boulevard to make a right turn and make a catering delivery in the Century City area. I made a right turn. I was
Were you
going
driving a car or a truck?
A truck. I went to change lanes to get into a right turning lane or thereabouts, and accidentally cut the defendant off. At that time, he started giving hand gestures and
Well, when you
cursing
cut
at me.
him off, he was behind you then.
Yes, I cut him off, and he was behind me on Century Park East.
So how did you know he was making hand gestures?
Because he pulled up alongside of me and started
You
making
mean
hand
after you made the turn?
Right. He got mad because I cut him off, pulled up alongside of me, rolled down his window, F you, F you, F you this, F you that, and then I returned with the same gestures, F you, F you, F you that. Proceeded to roll up my window and tried to just ignore the incident and go on with my day. And I pulled down into an undergarage parking and came along a up and down gate. Stopped at the gate because it wasn't open. The defendant pulled up behind me. He was walking down the side of the cars. As soon as I saw him get to about my bumper, I exited the truck.
First mistake, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
Sure it was. Because that's why we're taking this slowly.
I don't think it was a mistake. I mean...
You don't think so?
Well, no, there's this big guy coming up on my car after he's just telling me he's going to kill me. Well, I mean...
So, Mr. Unger, that doesn't strike you as a mistake, sir? Here you're sitting behind the
Well, at least
wheel
I
of a
could run, you know?
5,000-pound truck, right?
Okay.
You just told me you were afraid. You didn't know what he was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems to me you stay in your truck. Now I'm just saying this is a point of a lesson, which is what you were
It's a
talking
lesson,
about.
you're
It's a
right.
lesson. If somebody is coming up to you who seems to be irrational, you stay as protected as possible. You don't get out.
Well, it's kind of like you're framing your face in the car, though. I mean, if your window's down and he comes up to the window, you got a big frame of your face.
Mr. Unger.
With a target.
Mr. Unger, why in the world would you keep your window down?
Well, it was down. It was hot.
Well, as he's walking to your car, the first thing an intelligent person would do is to roll up their window.
Okay.
All right. So you got out of your car.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened?
Turned
around.
I turned around, looked at him, and pow, right in the face.
Okay. And as a result of that, you want to show me some medical records.
Correct.
Of your injuries, out-of-pocket expenses.
Correct.
And
I also have
and
a
some
witness
photographs.
that filled out a witness claim.
I don't read witnesses' claims.
Okay.
I speak to witnesses.
I didn't think you did.
Okay.
Here's my medical records. Here's the correspondence between my lawyer and myself. And my pictures.
Well, I want to see the pictures. I'm not interested in the letters between you and your lawyer, sir. That's between you and your lawyer. What I want to see is medical records. You went to a chiropractor.
This is correct.
What kind of medical plan do you have?
I have Kaiser.
Did you go to their doctor?
Yes, I did.
This report from this chiropractor, is this a chiropractor affiliated with Kaiser?
No, ma'am, it isn't.
This is a chiropractor that your lawyer referred you to. What? Means what? Is this the chiropractor that your lawyer referred you to?
Yes, it is. There's also a medical report in there from Kaiser.
I understand that.
Okay.
I'm just testing my reservoir of information.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
The man's crying downstairs in the garage, telling me not to have him arrested. You know, and I'm sitting there bleeding profusely. So I told the guy not to arrest him. He's like, thank you, I'm so sorry.
Closed captioning sponsored in part by Real Cases, Real People, Judge Judy. Truck driver Derek Unger says Timothy Allreed punched him after they exchanged words while driving. Timothy claims he was just defending himself.
Okay, so let's hear your side of the story.
Well, I was traveling west on Santa Monica Boulevard. He was traveling east on Little Santa Monica Boulevard in Century City. And there's a line of cars that were backed up. And he, like, darted around those cars and cut me off in front of me. And and I did make a gesture at him. I made a hand gesture at him, and I was like this, and I flipped him off. And and he started mouthing words to me through the back of his window in his truck. So he got to the ticket machine first, where you pull the tickets out, and I came up behind him. He was already out of his car, and I was still rolling. I was like, I'm not going to get stuck in my car. I want to be able to defend myself.
I'll ask you the same question that I asked him.
He was threatening me, verbally threatening me. He said he was going to rip off my head and do nasty things down my neck, all this other stuff. You know what I mean.
So why did you get out of your car?
Because I felt threatened.
So then you stay in your car.
Well,
you feel threatened, then you stay in your truck. That's what a normal person would do. They would stay in their truck, but you got out of your truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
And what happened when you got out of your truck?
We came together, and he kind of lunged at me. I stepped to the side. I hit him one time.
So you hit him.
I did hit him.
So you got to pay for that.
I felt threatened.
So you got to pay for that.
Well, I was defending myself.
No, you weren't. You were both acting like fools. Unfortunately, he got hurt.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not going to just,
You're not going to just what?
I'm communicating on the road, basically. I'm like, what are you doing?
Just a second.
You know?
Just a second. Why do you feel the necessity to communicate on the road?
Because I'm driving. That's what I do for a living. I drive. I communicate on the road with people, you know?
You're not
That's what I do.
supposed to communicate on the road, sir. You are supposed
What
to
do you mean
drive
you're
your
not
car.
Sorry.
You're supposed to drive your truck. That's what you're supposed to
Yeah.
do. And if you just let it go and say, that idiot,
I
cut
tried
me
to
off.
let it go. I was like, tell him to calm down.
No, he wasn't angry with you. That's not logical. He cut you off, and if you had done nothing after he cut you off, he would have continued on his way and delivered his bagels, according to this. But you confronted him.
I'm not the one that pulled out and went around all those cars.
I'm not saying he was driving like a maniac. That's not what caused this problem. What caused this problem is that you chose to confront him. Dumb. And then the two of you decided to confront each other as you were entering this parking garage. And you say no?
No, I didn't.
Listen to me. If you didn't want to confront each other, sir, you would have stayed in your truck. Don't you watch television?
I was stuck. I was stuck at a gate, and I was stuck in a box in my car with a big, huge man coming at me, all right? With tattoos all over his arms.
And so you're frightened. And you're frightened.
Right, so I'm going to get out of the car.
Frightened, so you get out of the car.
I get out of the car,
You get
no
out of the
sooner
car.
than I turned around.
Listen,
and
your
he hit
lawyer
me.
should have sent you to a psychiatrist, not a chiropractor. In any event, Mr. Allred, you have to pay him for what you did. Now, if you have a lawsuit that didn't go anywhere, sir, with your lawyer, I don't know if I'm prepared to make him pay for that, but I am prepared to make him pay for punching in the face. For punching you in the face.
Your Honor, I was also very nice to the man. The man's crying downstairs in the garage, telling me not to have him arrested. He's got kids. It's his 3rd time being arrested. Please don't have me arrested. Please don't have me arrested. You know, and I'm sitting there bleeding profusely, and I'm going, you know, do I still have a heart? So I go, okay, you're not arrested, okay. So I told the guy not to arrest him. He's like, thank you, I'm so sorry.
Mr. Allred, now I have a question for you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, he knows he did wrong. He deserves to pay the whole thing.
How many times have you been arrested? Make sure look at me. Look at me. How many times have you been arrested?
4 or 5 times.
For what?
Various things, burglary, assault.
When was the last time you were arrested for assault?
1990.
You on probation anywhere?
No.
Did you ever serve any time in jail?
Yes.
How long?
Off and on, 7 years.
When was the last time you were incarcerated?
1984.
And when was the last time you were arrested?
Last time I was arrested?
Yes.
1996.
For what?
Warrants.
Warrants for what?
Traffic warrants.
What else?
That's it.
Your Honor?
What?
Obviously, he hasn't learned his lesson. It's time to teach him a lesson.
Mr. Runger?
I'm just, you know,
Mr.
I know you're
Runger?
thinking the same thing I am, or else you wouldn't be smiling too.
Mr. Runger? You're being irritating.
I'm sorry.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Call 1-888-800-JUDY.
I'm not saying to you that Mr. Allred isn't responsible for what happened because he hit you. Right? What I'm saying to you is you tried to make a case out of it with a lawyer. The case went nowhere. And I understand what happened with Kaiser, and I understand what happened with your lawyer sending you to his doctor, and I understand all of that stuff. And so do you, because you didn't even go to the doctor until 2-3 days, according to this, after he punched you in the face. I understand what went on. That doesn't excuse what he did. That doesn't excuse what he did. You understand that, sir?
I understand, yes.
Very good. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. That's what happens when you close your mouth.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
I think he even, by telling the judge how much trouble he's been in, he still hasn't learned his lesson.
I would have kept on driving. Once I realized that he was going into 2049, I should have just kept on driving. That's all. And I was appreciative that he let me go because I could have been facing a lot of time.
Whatever, you know, I won.
Wedding was canceled,
Yes.
and they went and got married someplace else.
The young lovers eloped in Las Vegas. Now they won't let her mom see her grandson.
Why?
Because she's a psycho.
She's a psycho. Listen to me. Sir, I don't know if you get it or if you don't get it. She has a
And
problem.
his wife, Bobby, are suing their daughter, 22-year-old Jill Aragus, for the cost of the wedding and not inviting them.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. Your Honor, this is case number 15 on the calendar in the matter of Fox versus Aragus. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir, ma'am.
This is your daughter
Yes, correct.
and your stepdaughter. Is that right?
17 years.
And Your father and his wife raised you?
Yeah.
You decided to get married?
Yes,
to
Your
you?
Honor.
And you said you would pay for the wedding?
That's correct.
And you made some payments towards things that, deposits and stuff towards the wedding. You gave your daughter some money in cash, is that right?
No.
Never gave you any money in cash to pay for things for the wedding?
She gave me a check for $500 one time, and I gave her everything back that was bought.
What did you buy with it?
A cake knife, goblets, garter belt.
Whatever, you said you gave it. But
yeah.
The money that you say you laid out towards this wedding was what, $1,700?
$1,735.
And then you had a falling out with your daughter.
Sort of. She walked away. We don't know, actually.
Yeah. She didn't really elaborate on the reason that she decided to turn her back on us.
And the wedding was canceled.
Yes.
And they went and got married someplace else.
That's right.
Without us.
Inviting you, which
Correct.
hurt you very badly.
That's right.
So you want the money back?
We do.
It's not a very difficult legal case. You didn't lend her the money. There was no agreement for her to pay you back the money. What's your first name?
Jill.
Curious, Jill. From your vantage point, what happened with your parents that caused you to get married and not invite them?
Bobby decided...
Bobby is your stepmom?
Yes. She decided that she didn't want to support the wedding anymore because she didn't feel that we were ready to be married, and she said she wasn't going to support it anymore. So we went and
Tell
got
me
married
about that
without him.
conversation.
That was a conversation with me, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Step up. That was a conversation with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Not with Jill?
No, Your Honor.
So tell me about it.
I was in Quantico, on military training, and I called like every other day. And on one of those phone calls, she wanted to talk to me, Bobby that is, and she was in a very harsh tone, told me how did I expect to support her, and I simply tried to tell her that I would have enough money once we were married to support her. We wouldn't be rich or anything, but we'd be fine. And she just said that until she saw a financial plan in writing, that we would not be able to get married, and she would no longer support it if we did not show her that financial plan. And
okay. Bobby, tell me what you remember of this conversation.
I remember it clearly, Your Honor. My daughter had no food. She was coming to us with no food. She had no gas.
Was she living on her own?
Yes.
Okay.
And she was at our door constantly.
Okay.
And it was agreed when said she was getting married that, okay, now we'll pay for the wedding. You're old enough, you support yourself. Anyway, her car broke down. He left her. He's nowhere to be found. He's in the Army.
Well, he's in the Army.
Not his fault. But,
believe me,
but
Uncle Sam knew where he was.
Right, exactly. But the idea was we were upset because they planned it around the time he wasn't around. You plan a wedding together, that's the fun part.
So tell me about this conversation.
Okay, the conversation went, Jill doesn't have any food, where is the money going? You took $500 that we gave for her. She said that he had spent it on his friends over the weekend that he came to visit with her, and that we need that money back. Anthony says, I don't know what you're talking about. There's no money. I believe my daughter. The other thing was, I said, well, she's trying to pay child support, and I named off a few other things, and he said, she's not paying child support. She has plenty of food. She must be lying. Well, then a few days later, I went in, and her and her girlfriend were there, and I mentioned to her girlfriend about the conversation with child support, and her girlfriend says, well, actually, technically, she doesn't pay child support. She sends them clothes. And it irritated me because the kid's in Stockton. She doesn't know whether he needs his clothes. And I said, Jill, if you had any conscience, you would postpone the wedding until you can afford to pay support. But it's up to you.
So, Mrs. Fox, it was your understanding that your daughter, because of her financial circumstance and her intended, they were really not ready to get married. And you let them know that, right? And the two of you got angry, I assume, and decided, hell with the wedding. We'll go off and get married without them. You have a child?
Mm-hmm.
How old is your child?
He's almost 4.
And I assume from what your mother tells me that he lives with someone else.
With his father.
How long has he lived with his father?
Almost a year, or about a year.
Do you visit with him?
Mm-hmm.
How often?
Every 2 or 3 months.
Where are you living now?
In California.
And are you in the military?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm in the Marine Corps.
What about you? What are you doing?
I'm attending college right now.
You're attending college full-time?
Mm-hmm.
Which college?
Copper Mountain College in 29 Palms, California.
What kind of college is that?
It's a junior college.
Who's paying for college?
I got a waiver because I don't make enough money to pay for the classes.
Why aren't you working?
I'm going to work as soon as this semester is over.
Why aren't you working now?
I don't know.
Listen to me. Expensive lesson, it cost you $1,700. They're not even ready for a Scheinlin lecture. I can usually tell. I assume that since your grandson,
whom we're still paying child support for.
Well, that must be voluntary.
It's only $50 a month.
But you're sending that?
Yes, every month.
Do you see him, your grandson?
No, not anymore. She doesn't want us to have anything to do with our grandson.
Why?
She's completely lying about everything.
Just a second.
First of all, she doesn't even have his address. They moved twice since they even known him. So I know they're not sending anything to him.
Oh, I believe that they're sending money.
Okay.
I believe they're sending money. And you have no objection to them visiting with your son?
As long as it's supervised by the father.
Why?
Because she's a psycho.
She's a psycho.
She makes up all kinds of stories.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
Sir, I don't know if you get it or if you don't get it. She has a problem.
No, she doesn't, Your Honor.
And later today,
Oh, this is one of those things, a Tasmanian devil? Tasmanian devil, how elegant.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Farrell and Bobby Fox are suing their daughter, Jill Aragus, for the cost of her wedding. Jill says her father gave her the money and has no right to ask for it back.
I know that in all probability, you came here expecting for a miracle. Not necessarily for the $1,700.
That's right.
There's no miracle here yet. I have a sense that you know what part of the problem is. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And until your daughter resolves that problem, she's not getting on with her life, and your grandson is probably better off where he is.
Yes, he is. That's true.
Right?
You're right. Absolutely, 100%.
May I present some evidence on her?
Why do you want to produce any evidence, sir? I'm dismissing their lawsuit.
Just for the sake of we're being made to look like we're lying and such. I want it shown that Bobby Fox is not an honest person. I have the proof here that money that she is suing us for, she has already been returned. And what she had told this place that we put a deposit down on, and every other place that she put a deposit down on, was that she had a dog bite on her face and that she needed surgery. And in order to get those surgeries, she needed her deposits back, her non-refundable deposits. And these places, out of sympathy, gave her this money back, and I have the receipt. This lady lies about things.
Just a second. Is that your excuse, sir? Your excuse is that she made up a story to get her deposit back from some places?
No, Your Honor, it's not an excuse. It is a truth, and it just shows that she's not honest, and she's still suing us for this money, and that's not right, that she's suing us for the money that she's already been returned.
What, you gave her back $1,000 in cash?
No, she was giving back...
No, you gave her back $1,000 in cash? Did you give that to her back? The answer is no, you didn't. That's more than half of her claim, sir. I don't know if you get it or if you don't get it. She has a problem.
No, she doesn't, Your Honor.
I've been in this business for a long time. I'm telling you, she's got a problem. This case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Out the back door to your right, please.
And now the next case.
All parties on Haley versus Diorio. Step forward, please.
22-year-old preschool assistant Megan Haley is suing her ex-boyfriend, 20-year-old carnival worker Michael Diorio, for rent, jewelry, and a damaged car.
This gentleman is a former boyfriend of yours.
Ex-fiance.
He's the father of your child. How old is your child?
She's about 2.5.
And according to your complaint, he owes you for rent from when he was living in your mother's house. He owes you for damage to your car.
Yes.
And a necklace.
Yes.
So let's start with the rent. He moved into your mother's house?
Yes.
And what is this rent from?
The agreement was, my mother said she didn't really want room and board. But since I was pregnant and going to have a child, she said, if you give Megan $350 a month, every month, and we'll put it away for the child. He paid for the first 3 months, and then he stopped paying.
He was 17 years old at the time? He can't
17 to 18.
He can't make a binding contract when he's 17 years old, even an oral one, to give you or your mother money. So whatever you think he owes you for money that he was supposed to give your mother towards rent or towards putting away for the baby later, he can't make a binding contract with regard to that. You're paying child support now?
I give her money when I have money, yes.
It's a little girl?
Yes.
I assume that you think she eats when there's food?
No, she eats daily when she's supposed to eat.
Well, then how can you give her money when you have it?
Me, I've been out of work for a while.
I just always have a problem when teenagers decide that one of the cute things that they're going to do during their teenage years is to have a baby. That's just so sad for the baby.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
You can't be a fool anymore. You were a fool once, and based upon what I've heard, you continue to be a fool for a long time.
Closed captioning, sponsored in part by Real Cases, Real People, Judge Judy. 22-year-old preschool assistant Megan Haley is suing her ex-boyfriend, 20-year-old carnival worker Michael DiOrio, for rent, jewelry, and a damaged car.
Let's get on with this case. Car damage. Let's hear what happened with the car, because I found that rather interesting in this case.
Yes. One day he was supposed to show up for his daughter, and he didn't, and this was like a usual thing by now. So I was pretty upset, and I was out and I was driving, and I saw him pull into a gas station with a few of his friends. So I was mad. So I pull up into the gas station, and I parked my car in front of his like that, like he was pulled at the pump, and I parked here. And we started screaming.
So he couldn't move?
Yeah, well, he was able to go backwards, but he couldn't go forward. So we started screaming at each other. We fought, we yelled, we screamed. And then he's like, move your car. And I said, no. And then he went over my car, and then he kicked it. And he said, now move your car. And I said, I'm not moving my car. And he gets in the car, and he's like, move it. And I said, no. I'm like, you want to leave? Go in reverse. And he took his car, smashed into my car, drove it right into my car, then took off in reverse and left.
Now let's see your version of these events, sir.
I pulled up into the gas station. She pulled up behind me. I had 3 friends in the car with me.
You must have been on your way to work.
No, this was after work.
Go ahead.
We were hanging out. I stopped, get gas. She told me that she's pregnant. I didn't believe it because her and my brother's ex-girlfriend always came up with this story about if they broke up and they found us with another girl, they'd always say that they were pregnant. So I didn't believe it at first.
Could you please tell me what happened with the car?
I did hit her car.
You hit her car?
I hit her car.
All right. Why did you hit her car? Because you were angry?
Yes. She was I could not go in reverse. My door was open.
Let me see the bill. What kind of car did you have?
94 Cavalier.
No, don't ask her. What are you asking her for?
Kind of car I had?
You.
Oh, 78 Ford Fairmont.
And you?
I had a 94 Cavalier.
All right. $1,023 to have the car fixed. Necklace is next and last, thank God. Yes.
Well, I bought him a necklace and charm. The charm was a loaner. I let him borrow that, and he never gave that back to me. That he was supposed to give back to me. That's $100. The necklace I bought for him when we were together. And then when we had broken up, he gave it to one of his girlfriends. And I didn't appreciate that. And I wanted it back. And I said, you know, at least get it back from her. You keep it. It was for you. So we got it back. Then we got into another fight, and he gave it to another one of his girlfriends. And then they broke up, and this girl had it for 2 months. And I said, well, I kept asking to get it back, you know. And he said he wasn't getting it back. And I said, all right, then I'm going to get it back, and I'm going to keep it. And then as soon as I was going to get it, then he went and got it. And then he got another girlfriend and gave it to her. And he kept saying he was going to get it back. And then plus, with this last girlfriend, he also gave her my charm that I lent him.
What about this loaned charm, sir?
No, she did give it to me.
Tell me about it.
One night, me and her were hanging out. This was one of the very few times that we were not fighting. And she told me that first she was buying me a necklace and charm that had my name on it. But then we got into a fight, and she got the charm changed to her name. Then when we started getting along again, she went out and got me the attached charm. She bought the charm for me. We got into a fight. She didn't give it to me. We made up, and I saw it. I was playing around with her. I put it on my neck, and I went to give it back to her when she dropped me off, and she said, "Don't worry about it. You could have it."
Could I
No,
see
I
the
didn't
charm?
say that. I didn't
Could
say
I
you
see
could
the
have
charm?
it.
The necklace is yours, sir. The necklace
No,
she gave
I
you was
told
a
him
gift.
he could wear it.
The necklace she gave you was a gift. You can't get a gift back, madam, even if he gives it to other girlfriends.
And plus, he broke the ear on it now, too.
Oh, this is one of those things, a Tasmanian devil? Tasmanian devil. How elegant. Give this back to him. I think you should keep it. You owe her $1,023, sir, to fix her car. She acted like a fool in blocking you. You had a way of leaving without hitting her car. So you're responsible for that. Do you understand?
Yes.
You're also responsible to regularly pay child support.
Judge Judy is ready to rule. Want justice? Call 1-888-800-JUDY.
You have a child, you have to act responsibly. This gentleman is never going to run a major corporation. Do you understand? You can't be a fool anymore. You were a fool once, and based upon what I've heard, you continue to be a fool for a long time. Socially, anyway. But you have a responsibility. You better grow up. You made a baby, that doesn't make you a parent. A parent is responsible. Hanging out with your friends is not something that a father does. A father who's not spending time with the child and who's not earning a hell of a lot gets a job doing whatever they can instead of hanging out with their friends so they can take care of their child, and if not, sending the money directly to her. All of it. You open up a bank account and you start putting money away so that your child grow up speaking appropriate English by going to school and being educated and hopefully have a future. Does that sound logical to you?
Yes.
Do it! That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Out the back door to your right.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
Maybe this will kick into him. He doesn't pay attention to anything else. So I figured maybe this would snap him, you know, make him smart and make him want to care about his daughter.
I love my daughter with all my heart, and when
Then why don't you see her?
I'm able to see her, I am. I do see her.
When a lawyer is in my courtroom, when I speak, the lawyer has to be quiet. That's one of the advantages of being. That's one of the advantages of being the judge.
The judge and the lawyer go head to head.
They put a hot pack on her shoulders for $4,000. You settled this case for $12,000, and she got $1,900. All right, very briefly, Mrs. Thorne, you injured your back, and you consulted with the defendant, who is an attorney, with regard to suing whoever hurt you. You'll tell me about that in a minute. According to your complaint, you signed a retainer agreement with him, The matter was ultimately settled for $12,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you got less than $2,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
Out of the $12,000 settlement.
That's right.
So first tell me, how did you injure your back?
The manager of our building shot a bullet through my bedroom wall. And I had just bent over to put some sewing things away, and there was an explosion over my head. And I went like this. I didn't know where it was coming from and fell into the closet door and hurt my back and shoulder.
You were lucky you weren't killed.
Yeah, I traced it one time. It would have gone right through my throat.
So you were lucky.
So I was lucky.
Okay.
Wasn't my time.
And then, how did you find the defendant?
Through a friend. He was recommended to me through a friend. And I went there with my son to ask him if I had a case. And he said, yes, I did. So I said, how much do you think the case would settle for? And he said, $12,000, $13,000. So I said, I would get that. He said, no, you would get $5,000 or $6,000. So based on that, I signed an agreement with him, which he never signed. My signature's on here. He never signed it. He told me to go to Citizens Medical Group. I went there and...
Did you have your own doctor?
No, I didn't.
You didn't have a doctor?
No.
Did he ask you whether you had a doctor?
No, he just said that he works with Citizens Medical Group, so...
You should go to Citizens Medical Group.
So I should go there. And I started treatment right away.
What kind of treatment? With a chiropractor?
3 times a week. Well, in the beginning, the first 2 times, I got ultrasound, massage from the girl, and hot packs. That was the first 2 times. After that, I just got the hot packs. But they continued to charge me for the ultrasound and massage. So after that, we had the deposition. I never saw Mr. Mazza again after I signed the contract. He didn't show up at the deposition. He was not at the arbitration. He settled my case. I didn't know about it. I had no idea he had settled the case until I got a letter from the other side's insurance company. And I wrote him a letter. I said, I had no idea you were closing my case. You were settling it. You know, you didn't call me. I haven't heard from you. The doctor's bill is incorrect. And it was settled.
Could I just have those 2 documents that you gave me? All right. Now, and I want to see, Mr. Mazza, I'd like to see your retainer agreement with the plaintiff, please.
The original retainer agreement, Your Honor?
Yeah, I want to see the original retainer agreement. When did you receive yours?
I got it the same day. He made a copy and handed it to me.
Is there any reason, Mr. Mazza, why you didn't give her a fully executed copy of a retainer agreement?
I believe I did.
No, you didn't. You only gave her one with her signature on it.
I see what the court is holding, Your Honor, but I do believe that she did, in fact, get an executed copy.
My son was with me. Did he sign the copy, or did he give me with that?
Just a second. I want to read this over. Well, Mr. Mazza, this indicates that your fee is 33 1/3% of the gross recovery if settled without filing suit or demand for arbitration, or 40% of the gross recovery if suit is filed or demand for arbitration is made.
Correct, Your Honor.
Now, I would like you to, step by step, sir, tell me what you did to get 40% rather than 33 1/3.
What I did, Your Honor, was to determine who fired the weapon. I did an investigation to confirm who owned the property. As Ms. Thorne said, she did not have insurance, medical insurance. She hasn't worked since 1990. She needed medical care. I sent her to Citizens Medical Group, who do not use chiropractors. It's a board-certified internist who, their records are impeccable. They give you daily records of what was done.
Mr. Mazza, is your firm Limited to personal injury, or is it general practice?
Just personal injury. That's all we do. And if I may continue, Your Honor.
No, I have, my mouth is still moving, Mr. Mazza.
Yes, I see that.
Do you use this particular medical treatment group regularly in your practice?
The term regularly, no. This doctor is my own doctor.
Mr. Mazza, I have a problem, sir. Let me tell you what my problem is.
Yes, Your Honor.
My problem is that this lady, who was the injured party, settled her lawsuit for $12,000, and she got less than $2,000. That gives the legal profession, sir, a really foul name. Now, nobody disputes that lawyers' usual retainer agreements are a third. And what I asked you is what you did, because we haven't gotten to the medical bills yet, because that you may have to take up with your own friend who runs this clinic where you sent her, where they put a hot pack on her shoulders for $4,000. But I want you to tell me what you did so that your percentage of this recovery was increased from 33 1/3% in good conscience to 40%.
In good conscience, Your Honor, there's a contract here.
No, sir.
I filed the lawsuit.
No,
Yes.
sir, there isn't a contract.
There is a contract.
No.
I have two original signatures on it, and you're holding it, Your Honor, number one. Number two.
No, sir. She never received a contract. She received her own signature on a retainer agreement.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She received great representation. And if you would let me finish, I would be able to articulate to you why she should be happy and grateful.
And later today,
if you move your head up and down, you catch it in the light, you can see it.
If I move my, just a second, so you're telling me that in order to see this tint, I gotta move my head up and down.
real cases, real people, Judge Judy. Ann Throne received $1,930 from a $12,000 settlement. Attorney Steve Mazza says he had to pay her medical bills.
There is no way she could have possibly gotten this partially executed contract unless you gave it to her. No way.
There is a way, Your Honor.
Well, tell me how.
There's many reasons why that could happen without casting dispersions on me.
I'm not casting dispersions on you, sir. What I'm telling you is you had her sign the agreement, you slipped it in your file, and when you saw that it was not signed by you, you signed it. That doesn't mean you're not entitled to be paid, sir. You are entitled to be paid for your work. What I'm taking issue with is that you settled this case for $12,000, and she got $1,900.
You won't let me answer the question, Your Honor.
So then answer the question. Tell me what you did that you feel warranted an increase from 1/3 to 40% of the recovery. That's first. That was my question at the beginning.
I litigated this case and prepared it for a jury trial.
You did not
We
try it.
arbitrated this case.
Were you there?
No, a lawyer from
Just a minute. Were you present during the arbitration?
No, a lawyer from my office was.
He wasn't from your office.
Yes, he was.
When was the arbitration in this case?
It was February 7th, 1996.
In 1996, sir, how many lawyers were in your office?
2.
Why weren't she retained you?
She retained my office, Your Honor, and that's what it says in the contract. She retained my office. She received great representation. And if you would let me finish, I would be able to articulate to you why she should be happy and grateful.
Oh, Mr. Mazza, you are never going to convince me, sir.
Well, you won't let me speak.
You are never going to convince me, sir, that she should be happy and grateful.
You won't let me speak.
I don't know who you're used to appearing before, but when a lawyer is in my courtroom, when I speak, the lawyer has to be quiet. That's one of the advantages of being. That's one of the advantages of being the judge.
It's a two-way street, Your Honor.
Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It's easy to get down on lawyers. It's the thing to do, and that's what she was doing. She didn't want to have someone talk back to her. As you could see her attitude as she ran from the bench. I guess she's not used to being challenged by someone that can go toe-to-toe with her intellectually.
I think she's very fair. She's also from Brooklyn, where I was born. I'm very happy that I won, and I give justice 2 snaps.
And now the next case.
Parties on Brunges versus Aaron. Step forward, please.
17-year-old student Thomas Brunges says 16-year-old Earl Aaron jumped on the hood of his father's 1985 El Camino, denting it. Errol says they were both just joking around and both should be responsible.
You did a little dance on the hood of his car.
No, ma'am. What happened was we were in the parking lot and he got into his car and we were kind of joking around. And he kind of came towards me and I was a joke and he saw me, he started laughing. So I kind of, joked around. I kind of went up to the car and kind of...
No, look over here.
Okay.
Look over here. He pulled up to you. You were joking around in the parking lot.
Okay, right.
And he stopped about 3 feet away from you.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And let me hear slowly what you did while you're looking over here.
Okay, so what happened was he stopped 3 feet short, and then I walked up to the car, put my hands in the front of the car, and I put my right foot on, and then my left foot on.
Just a minute. You put your hands on the hood.
Right.
And then you lift it up.
My right foot.
Your right foot, really high.
Yeah.
And you put it on the hood of the car.
Right.
And then you pushed with your hands?
Well, no, because then I just kind of stepped with the left foot and just kind of got...
Well, you sort of have to push. You have to push with your hands, right? So in order to give yourself a little leverage and you got the other foot on the car.
Right. And so then I just got off. And then that was pretty much it. And then so that night when I was at work, he called me and he said that, that there was 2 dents in the car and that I had to pay for it. So Monday was the next day when we saw each other at school, and I was pretty reluctant to pay because before I saw him actually, like during like zero period, which is, first, while he was in class, I kind of went to look at the car and I didn't see anything. And so after that, I said I didn't want to pay for it because I didn't see anything.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
Okay.
And so later on, I asked him, it's not going to be over $250, is it? Because I have to work, I'm going to probably have to pay for it. And he said, no, it wouldn't be. And so like 2 or 3 days later, his dad got the estimate, one for $587, one for like $525, and then he said that his friend could do it for $400 or $450.
So you just thought that the estimates were too high?
Right.
You tell me about this event in the parking lot. The 2 of you were in the parking lot, you get into your car.
Yes, I was going down to the gym and I made a left in front of the administrative office and he was walking across. And I pulled up and stopped in front of him. And I think he was more showing off to his friend Ted because he was in this truck parked. I was like, my car was here and he was here. And he looked back at his friend Ted in the car.
How close did you come to him?
I say I was 3 to 5 feet, no less than 3 by far. I was plenty of room.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I mean, I saw that all the time. Do you know what I'm talking about, Bird? You know, they take that little plunger, right? Come on, give me a break.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 17-year-old student Thomas Brunges says 16-year-old Earl Aaron jumped on the hood of his father's 1985 El Camino, denting it. Errol says they were both just joking around.
Now, you have pictures of the damage to this car?
Actually, we bought the car so you could look at it.
Do you have photographs?
No, we don't.
Let me take a look at the estimates that you got. Whose car is this? Is this your car?
It's my dad's, but I drive it.
So let me understand this. What's the whole issue? The whole issue is you feel as if you should be responsible, but that the estimates were too high?
Well, half is responsible because if he didn't come toward me, I was going to go and jump on the car. I mean, that's the whole thing. But we were just joking around. He kind of came.
I wasn't joking around.
Just a second.
And he kind of came towards me, and then, he was laughing, so was I, and just kind of happened.
If he came towards you in the car and stopped, and he was 3 feet away from you, show me with your hands how far away he was. 3 feet.
About that much.
That far away. So he was joking around, you walk around the car and case over, right? Then you're not here. You don't jump up on the hood of his car. He's not responsible. You are. It was bad judgment.
The reason that estimate might be a little on the high side is also because of the type of paint job that's put on there. It's a 2-part application. They don't just spray it with the color.
Why did where he stepped on the car, did it break the paint?
No, there's 2 dents. There's a dent on the right side of the
So
hood.
they use one of those plunger things and pull it out. I mean, I saw that all the time. Do you know what I'm talking about, Bird? You know, they take that little plunger, right? Come on, give me a break.
Your Honor, can I say
Get a
something?
street mechanic, right? Street guy comes over and he goes, and he pulls out a little dent. What are you making a big deal about this for? Huh?
Your Honor, you can't. On one of the dents, it's on a bevel of a corner, and you can't pull it out.
Well, let's go take a look and see how terrible these dents are. You have your car outside, sir?
Yes, it's
Yes?
outside.
All right, let's go take a look.
We're doing the judge.
I think it's going
All right.
Yeah.
Show me.
If you look into the light, you can see a dent right there from 1 foot.
And there's on this bevel right here, there's a dent right there.
See the dent right there, right in there? If you move your head up and down, you catch it in the light, you can see it.
If I move just a second, so you're telling me that in order to see this dent, I got to move my head up and down?
Well, certain angles, it shows up better.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but that's what you're telling me. In order to see these dents, I got to move my head up and down.
No, well, some people need to stand. If you stand right here and look at that angle right there, you can see that there. And if you stand right here, you can see there's a significant dent right there also. When this car was painted, I paid $1,200 for the paint job. So
They didn't scratch it, did they?
no, that's somebody
What? That's something else. That's what?
Somebody else did
Somebody else did that. Did you find out who did that?
that. Yeah, he's paying for it.
And he's paying for that.
Right.
Right?
That's a whole different issue.
Well, I understand that. That's a whole different issue. So this is also on your car. These two big scratches. This I don't have to bob my head up and down. I can see that without even bobbing my head.
You're
right?
absolutely right. Yes.
Absolutely. Let's go take a look at.
If you stand right here,
Just a second. I got another question for you.
Okay.
See over here? See the scratch that goes about
Right.
24 inches?
Right.
He didn't do that, did he?
No, that was.
Somebody else is going to pay for that too?
Yes.
We are.
We are.
Well, no, excuse me. This goes the whole length of this car.
Right. I was at the
whole length of this car, right?
Right.
Right. Somebody else. When did that happen?
That happened about 3-4 months ago.
Before or after this dance on the car?
Before that.
Before that?
Yes.
Let's go.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Want justice? Call 1-888-800-JUDY.
I'm going to get these folks a copy of my book. Let me tell you why. I went outside and there are two minuscule dents in the hood of this car, neither of which damaged the paint. There's no scraping or anything else on the hood of the car. However, a lot of these estimates that they have to do with repainting this whole car because this
No,
is...
that's not true.
Just a second.
That's a whole separate issue, though, Your Honor.
Oh, no.
Yes,
I'm going to tell you why.
Well,
I'm from New York. New Yorkers are used to little tiny dings on cars, right? Maybe it would cost you $100 to get somebody. Maybe if somebody was overcharging you, it would cost you $100 to get somebody to pull out those tiny little dings in the car. And you're not going to get them to pay for the scratches that somebody else did on this car.
We had no
So
intention.
judgment in this case is for the plaintiff for the amount of $100. That's it.
Parties are excused. You may step out. I'll be back up to your right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
You don't want to get down on your knees and thank her for protecting your 4-year-old from his crack-abusing felon father.
No.
Oh, you're going to pay.
Judge Judy Justice.
Obviously, Judge Judy has no idea what the cost of body work is, and maybe her subscription to her glasses need to be updated.
You haven't seen your kids in a while?
July 12th was the last time I saw them, Your Honor.
That's a shame.
He choked them.
Judge Judy tries to ease the pain in a classic marital tragedy.
Don't try to fool Mother Nature. It's a very bad thing, sir. Mrs. Leventhal, I am telling you, you're supposed to love your children more than you hate.
Is suing her ex-husband, 45-year-old Dr. Jerry Leventhal, for not paying medical and dental bills for their son, Aaron. Dr. Leventhal is countersuing his ex-wife for not allowing him to see his children.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 68 on the calendar in the matter of Leventhal versus Leventhal. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Have seats.
Mrs. Leventhal, you were married to Dr. Leventhal for 20 years?
Yes, ma'am.
This is your son?
Yes, this is Aaron.
Would you please ask Aaron to wait outside?
Sure thing, Judge.
Thank you.
This way.
I never think it's a good idea, Mrs. Leventhal, to have children in a courtroom, especially when their parents are bickering. They should not be involved in this action at all. You have 2 children.
Yes, ma'am.
Your lawsuit complains of the fact that pursuant to your judgment of divorce, your former husband was supposed to pay for medical and dental coverage and unreimbursed medical and dental bills for both yourself for a short period of time and your children until they're 18, and that he has failed to do so, and that your accumulated bills for both orthodontic work, which was $3,000 some odd dollars, and unreimbursed bills, brings the total up to close to $5,000. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go back. When were you divorced?
December 30th, 1996.
And do you have a copy of the judgment of divorce?
I do.
Bert, can I have it, please? I'd like to take a look at it. Thank you.
Section 10.
Okay. So, Dr. Leventhal, you do not deny that this states, husbands shall provide health insurance for the benefit of the minor children. Have you maintained that health insurance, sir, up until today's date?
I have, Your Honor.
And have you maintained health insurance for your former wife? You're required to do that for 3 years.
I have procured quotes from 3 different insurance agencies and have notified her attorney that she has to make application and get physical examination. And
Dr. Leventhal, the answer is you have not.
Yes, ma'am, I have, but it's up to Mrs. Leventhal now in order to get a physical exam and
No,
make
sir.
an application.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Don't try to fool Mother Nature. It's a very bad thing, sir. So the answer is you have not complied with the terms of this with regard to her.
My family had health insurance when I was terminated from my original position in Orlando as part of my termination package, which Ms. Leventhal was essentially responsible for, okay? She continued to use cards from the previous insurer to acquire medical care.
No, no,
Okay.
no. Let's stop dancing around. Right now, there is no coverage for your wife. Is that right?
Because she has not gotten a physical examination.
No, you said
or
to
an
me, come
application.
on, Dr. Leventhal.
Your Honor,
I want to get to the point, sir. You say that you've gotten quotes. You were supposed to have insurance in place for her at the time of the judgment of divorce. I'm not going to waste any more time on this because I'm moving on to other things.
This
Let's
has
get on
already
to
been
the
heard in court. I've not been found in contempt for that.
That's not what we're here for. I'm not here to find you in contempt. Unfortunately, I do not have contempt powers. I'm going to try to do something about that. In any event, we have orthodontic bills. Now, which child had orthodontic work, Mrs. Leventhal?
Our older son, Aaron, who was just here, we both agreed in 1995, before Dr. Leventhal left our house on domestic violence, that the 3 of us sat down, saw a film, agreed he would have braces on his teeth. He was to have them off before his bar mitzvah at his 13th birthday, which he did not get. The original cost was $3,080, which was a bargain for an orthodontist in Orlando, Florida. Over the last 2 years, the amount has incurred to almost $3,300, of which I've been paying $5 a week on my already limited income.
Just a second. Let's talk about the orthodonture. Dr. Leventhal, you think that this lady who is your wife, the mother of your 2 children, you think she put braces on your oldest child just to irritate you? Dr. Leventhal, you think she put the braces on the kid just to irritate you?
I don't know, Your Honor. She does a lot of things to irritate me.
You're a smart man. Come on, you're a smart man.
I really can't answer that question because my ex-wife has never, ever called me about any medical problems or dental problems with my children. The only thing she did was show up 2 weeks after she had me removed from the home at my office to show me that my son had braces on. I never saw a referral. I never heard from a dentist that he needed braces.
Dr. Leventhal, you went to medical school for 4 years. You did an internship. You did a residency. What's your specialty?
Family practice.
Okay. You saw your son?
Not really.
No. What do you mean you didn't see him? You grew up with him. You left the house. He was, what, 11 years old?
I never needed braces. My children's teeth looked fine when I left the house.
So what you're telling me is you think that your wife put braces on your son Aaron just to irritate you?
I think it's a possibility.
Let me see the orthodontic stuff, please.
The orthodontics and dental bill from our dentist.
I mean, all these were done out of network, Your Honor.
No, they
What do you
were
mean
not.
they were done out of network?
They were done without referral. They were done out of the network of the HMO, out of the dental insurance.
Sir, I read your answer very carefully. Your counterclaim says a variety of things. One, it's outside the HMO. Two, the HMO doesn't pay for orthodontic work, and if they do, they only pay for part of the orthodontic work. And three, if all of the above don't sound good to you, Judge, I filed for bankruptcy in 1997 in order to alleviate the bills, and all these medical bills were supposed to be covered in the bankruptcy in order to help your wife. Am I crazy, or is that what you said?
That's partly what I said.
Yeah, that's what you said.
The day
So you
I-
said,
the-
if I
the
should
day
have paid
after
for
I
this
left the
and if I
house-
should have paid for that, well, I cleared it all up because I filed for bankruptcy. Did you file for bankruptcy?
Not just to cover the medical bills. The day after I left the house, she bought a $2,000 computer and a $7,500 piano, things that I really couldn't afford.
The majority of the medical bills in question were included in the discharge in the Chapter 7.
Some of them were, that's correct.
That's what you wrote in your answer.
Some of them were, that's correct.
How could you file for bankruptcy, sir?
Because I couldn't afford what Mrs. Leventhal was doing with a credit card, with dental expenses, with medical. I couldn't afford that.
Well, how
she
much?
wasn't using.
Just a second.
She wasn't using network HMO providers.
How much did you pay for medical and dental stuff, sir? Show me your bills, paid receipts, checks. At the time that you filed for bankruptcy, show me how much you paid for medical and dental.
Medical and dental as far as what? I mean,
As far as your children.
My insurance?
No, not your insurance. You just
I
said to
couldn't
me
pay.
you
I didn't
filed
have-
for bankruptcy because of all the medical and dental bills that you
Right,
had
I
to
couldn't
pay.
pay because I couldn't afford to pay. She's getting $43,000 of my
Just
income.
a second. So you didn't pay. Dr. Leventhal.
I paid the health insurance, Your Honor. Okay, the health insurance covers medical expenses. When she goes outside the health insurance, it's her responsibility. It does not become my responsibility.
Doesn't say that here, sir.
That's what she was doing. She was going to a group called Psychological Affiliates. She was going to a
I'm not
psychiatrist.
talking about psychiatrists. I'm talking about braces. Let's not dance around what we're talking
They're all
about here.
medical.
We're talking
They're all
about
medical.
braces.
Medical, dental. I
Did
mean,
you
how
pay
much-
for the braces?
No, I did
You
not.
got to pay for the braces, sir.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
At that point, my former husband proceeded to tell me to get out. He said, I'm not giving you any money. His partner threw $25 at me and said, if you don't leave this office, I'll have you arrested in front of the children.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Susan Leventhal says her ex-husband, Dr. Jerry Leventhal, owes her medical and dental bills for their son. Dr. Leventhal claims he has a restraining order against his former wife for stalking him.
You're going to pay the bill for the dentist because you can dance around all you like and you can file for all the bankruptcies you like, but I'm telling you, you are responsible for your child's orthodontia. And the bill's up till this point to $3,300 for that because that's what this says you have to be responsible for, not her. You live in the same town.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I know that that sounds painful to you, but let me tell you something, Mrs. Leventhal, you picked him. For good, for bad, you made two
Yes.
children with him. He's the father of your children. And if you do anything to demean him in front of his children, and just listen to me very carefully, madam, if you do anything to demean him in front of his children, that negatively impacts on his children. I don't care what that does to make you feel better, and I don't care if you think that that hurts him. What it does is say to the children, my father is worthless, therefore I'm worthless. Now, I assume that you would not think of doing that. I assume you wouldn't. Dr. Leventhal, trust me, sir. I'm very smart. Why did your son go to his office 2 weeks after you separated?
Your Honor, we had discussed having the braces put on, as I said, as a family. We saw the video.
I heard that already. I'm not interested in the video. My question is a specific one, Mrs. Leventhal. Why did your son go to your husband's office 2 weeks after you separated?
We were separated, and my older son wanted his dad to see the braces on his teeth.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell me what happened when he came to your office 2 weeks after you separated?
Mrs. Leventhal had called and said she was coming, and I said this wasn't a good time. We just finished our day. It was during the Christmas season. We had planned on having the office Christmas party at that time, and I didn't think it was a good time. We were on totally opposite sides of town at rush hour traffic, and...
What happened when he got there?
She started walking through the office, screaming up and down the halls, making a scene in front of my...
Saying what?
Your child needed braces, you have to pay for it, this is what your son's going to be in for the next 18 months, and, you know, you're going to pay for it.
Okay, so that's what the visit was to your office 2 weeks later.
If you want to call it a visit, yes.
Now, Mrs. Leventhal, do you want to tell me what happened at that visit to the office?
Yes, ma'am. We called my husband at the time to let him know that he had just had his braces put on, and the son wanted to see him. We had been separated for 2 weeks since he had been removed from our house on domestic violence.
You already said that 4 times. You think I didn't hear you the first time?
I said it twice. So we went. He saw his son. At that...
Just a second. Step by step, what happened?
I did not make a scene. I came in. My former husband was in the kitchen of the office. He had a partner there. My sons, both of my sons were present. They wanted to see their father. They showed their dad their braces. At that point, my former husband proceeded to tell me to get out. His partner told me to get out. I said, I haven't seen you. You haven't provided any money for us for spending since we're separated. He said, I'm not giving you any money. His partner threw $25 at me and said, if you don't leave this office, I'll have you arrested in front of the children.
Mrs. Leventhal, why did you feel as if it was necessary to take your 2 sons to his office to ask for money?
Because he was not providing any money when he left the house.
I think that you should absolutely have sought money. My question to you, madam, is why did you take your 2 sons with you when you went to his office to ask him for money?
Well, I did not take him there specifically to ask him for money. As I said, my sons wanted to see their father, and Aaron had just had braces put on.
I'll tell you like I told your husband. Stupid isn't written here. I've been in this business a very long time. Caring parents who have just suffered a separation, especially, as you told me, at least twice, because of domestic violence, do not involve their children by taking them to a business and saying, I need money, with the children there. That is not what a caring parent does. That's what an angry parent might do. But that's not what a caring parent does. You were wrong. Do you understand that you were wrong?
I understand what you're saying, Your Honor, but I did not take them there to make a scene. I did not take them there to ask for money, and I hope
then
that
you shouldn't have asked for money. If you took them there merely to see their father, because that's what they wanted to do, your boys weren't babies. You sit in the car, you let your 2 boys go in and see their father, show them their braces, and come out. So you made a big mistake.
Your Honor, my children have lived through this, and they have learned to heal and learn how to adapt through habitual intemperance. We have an order that stands in Florida, Seminole County, that the children are to be heard. Now, I don't take my children in frivolously just to hear of the things that his father and I have to go through. And I am a caring parent. What in the world,
what kind of gobbledygook did you just tell me?
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
You haven't seen your kids in a while? That's a shame.
He choked them.
Closed captioning, sponsored in part by Real Cases, Real People, Judge Judy. Susan Leventhal wants her ex-husband, Dr. Jerry Leventhal, to pay her for her son's medical and dental bills. Dr. Leventhal wants his former wife to stop stalking him and let him see his children.
What kind of gobbledygook did you just tell me? The children have to be heard where? Where?
In the court.
We're not talking about the children being heard in court, madam. I absolutely believe that children should be heard in court if there is an issue. That's why children are appointed law guardians or guardians ad litem, so that the children can be represented.
Your Honor, we do have a guardian ad litem,
Listen,
and this
just
is a recommendation.
Do I look like I need help? I haven't finished with you on the money yet, sir. I'll get back to you on the money. This is about emotions and about money. You don't want to pay the money.
never said I didn't want to pay the money.
That's clear. Listen, you don't want to pay the money. I can assure you that the other people that you discharged their debts in bankruptcy when you filed Chapter 7, sir, are not thrilled with you. Because I guarantee you, as a doctor, there will be a time in a year, 2 years, 5 years, where you'll be making a lot of money. And if you wanted to be an honorable person, what you do is you say to these other creditors, look, I have a business where I'm going to make a couple $100,000 a year. Give me 5 years or so. Give me 3 years, and I'm going to pay you off as best I can. Instead, you took the easy way out. You filed for Chapter 7, so you discharged a lot of your debts in bankruptcy. Don't shake your head. No, because that's what you did.
I discharged debts that she rung up.
Just a second.
A month after I got my position.
Oh, please. Dr. Leventhal, she may have good reason to be irritated with you, and I don't care what her reasons are to be irritated with you. What I'm hearing, madam, is emotionally, you're not doing the right thing for your kids. From bringing them to court, to sending them to his office with you. Please, Mrs. Leventhal, I've been involved in family court for 26 years. You think that this story is one that I've just heard once? Let's get going. Now, Mrs. Leventhal, does your former husband have a restraining order against you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when was that restraining order issued?
July the 1st, 1997.
And it was issued by a judge?
Yes.
Did you have a trial on it?
No, ma'am.
Did you have a lawyer representing you?
I did, and we objected without any testimony, without any evidence. And I had an restraint.
Can I see the final order, please?
May I help him? I put his papers together.
I know it's somewhere in here.
Your Honor.
Is that the final order?
No, this is a motion to ask.
I'm not asking for your motion. I'm asking for an order. And if an order hasn't been overturned, and I assume it has not?
We are going back to court tomorrow.
The answer is no, it has not. So it is in full force and effect, and it was issued a while ago.
July 1st, 1997.
That's right. The court, having heard testimony from the parties with regard to the issues of the husband's motion, the following is hereby ordered: that the former wife, that's you, shall not assault, molest, annoy, injure, threaten, stalk, or interfere with the former husband. You are restrained from going to his place of residence or place of employment, contacting employees or other physicians in the former husband's medical practice. Have to stay more than 100 yards away from him. You can call him only for emergencies between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. And on and on and on and on and on.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Need help in a divorce dispute? Call 1-888-800-JUDY.
Did you take your 2 children to his bankruptcy hearing? Did you take your 2 children to his bankruptcy hearing?
No, I took them to court, but I did not take them into a bankruptcy hearing. No, ma'am.
Why did you take them to court?
Because he filed out of Orlando, Florida. I had to be present as a creditor all the way in Jacksonville, Florida. I had no one to take care of my children. My children were not present in a bankruptcy hearing.
You took your children to court.
Your Honor, children in America watch court every day.
Oh, Mrs. Leventhal,
showing no disrespect.
Mrs. Leventhal, I mean, I'm reading these things, and certain of them are pretty standard. But what I'm talking about is the children. I'm talking about demeaning their father. And you say you don't do that.
No, ma'am.
Dr. Leventhal, let me tell you this, sir. Listen to me carefully.
Yes, ma'am.
Listen to me carefully. All you have to do is pay the money. You haven't seen your kids in a while?
July 12th was the last time I saw them, Your Honor.
That's a shame.
He choked them.
The conclusion of the case between Susan Leventhal and her ex-husband, Dr. Jerry Leventhal, will continue tomorrow on Judge Judy.
सजना रजोरी दिया नखरे वे छोड़ चल मेरे पुणछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़ सजना सजना रजोरी दिया नखरे वे छोड़ चल मेरे पुणछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़
वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तो छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ के जावन दिलोड़ वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तो छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ के जावन दिलोड़
पुणछ जी तरती नी लभदी ओ जानिया गल मेरी मन न तू कर मन मानिया पुणछ जी तरती नी लभदी ओ जानिया गल मेरी मन न तू कर मन मानिया
बस तुर जोर जन पुंछ नु छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ नी जावन दिलोड़ बस तुर जोर जन पुंछ नु छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ नी जावन दिलोड़
सजना रजोरी दिया नखरे वे छोड़ चल मेरे पुणछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़ सजना सजना रजोरी दिया नखरे वे छोड़ चल मेरे पुणछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़
वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तो छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ के जावन दिलोड़ वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तो छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ के जावन दिलोड़ मुल्ल नी गिरावदा ते शेर रे चोरीदा प्यार दिए गल नहीं सौदा जोरा जोरीदा मुल्ल नी गिरावदा ते शेर रे चोरीदा प्यार दिए गल नहीं सौदा जोरा जोरीदा
रख ले तू लाज मेरी मुखड़ा न मोड़ चल मेरे पुणछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़ रख ले तू लाज मेरी मुखड़ा न मोड़ चल मेरे पुणछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़
वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तो छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ के जावन दिलोड़ वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तो छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ के जावन दिलोड़
देश मेरा पुणछ ते बल्लियां दा डेरा ए सैकदे ने लोकी बस जिद्दी डोल मेरा ए देश मेरा पुणछ ते बल्लियां दा डेरा ए सैकदे ने लोकी बस जिद्दी डोल मेरा ए
कटनी रे जोर मेरा दिल ना तरोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ ने जावन दिलोड़ कटने रे जोर मेरा दिल ना तरोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ ने जावन दिलोड़
सजना रजोरी दिया नखरे वे छोड़ चल मेरे पुणछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़ सजना रजोरी दिया नखरे वे छोड़ चल मेरे पुणछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़
वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तो छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ के जावन दिलोड़ वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तो छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ के जावन दिलोड़
चल मेरे पुंछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़ भुल गल लोकां वाली रस्म ए छोड़ चल मेरे पुंछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़
वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तू छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ नहीं जावण दी लोड़ वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तू छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ नहीं जावण दी लोड़
पुंछ रा जोर सुनी सारी कश्मीर वे वतन ए सुन सड़ा जन्नत नजीर वे पुंछ रा जोर सारी सोनी कश्मीर वे वतन ए सुन सड़ा जन्नत नजीर वे
चल वे जावेद गढ़ी पुंछ नु मोड़ वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तू छोड़ चल वे जावेद गढ़ी पुंछ नु मोड़ वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तू छोड़
सजना रे जोरी दिया नखरे वे छोड़ चल मेरे पुंछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़ सजना रे जोरी दिया नखरे वे छोड़ चल मेरे पुंछ में कहंदा हथ जोड़
वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तू छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ की जावण दे लोड़ वास्ताई जान मेरी जिद तू छोड़ दूर तेरा पुंछ की जावण दे लोड़
वाला तू जड़िए चिट्टी चादर ढीला दे उठे अतिबार करा अतिबार करा परदेसियां ढीला दे उठे अखबार करा परदेसियां दिला दे उठे ओटे बाटा तू जड़िए कोई सोने की माया दिले उते दिले रखी के दिले उते दिले रखी के तू ठोक दे की माया दिले उते दिले रखी के तू ठोक दे की माया वाला तू जाड़िए गाने फूला दी कबीरों में ओ अखियां पे ओ रखिए पावे यारी गरीबों में अखियां पे ओ रखिए पावे यारी गरीबों में वाला तू जड़िए काला कोट सवा माया चौकी है यारी ते जगी लावे यारी बादनी वे ओखी है यारी ते जगी लावे यारी बादनी वे ओखी है माड़िए जी जाने माड़िए जी जाने कल कूतर दोई काने माड़िए जी जाने कल कूतर दोई काने जीव जन दोय जीवा जीव जन दोय जीवा मर जामत दोय नाले माड़िए जी जाने मर जामत दोय नाले माड़िए जी जाने कल कबूतर लाबाजी माड़िए जी जाने कल कबूतर लाबाजी जिन पिछे असी उजड़े जिन पिछे असी उजड़े अज बोल के नहीं राजी माड़िए जी जाने अज बोल के नहीं राजी माड़िए जी जाने हर पासे खोट जना माड़िए जी जाने हर पासे खोट जना नायो मोहब्बत रिया नायो मोहब्बत रिया ना पहले जनोक जना माड़िए जी जाने ना पहले जनोक जना माड़िए जी जाने बंग बिकन बाजार आया माड़िए जी जाने बंग बिकन बाजार आया सामण खद माया सामण खद माया अख करण दीदार आया माड़िए जी जाने अख करण दीदार आया माड़िए जी जाने कश्मीर की वादी है माड़िए जी जाने कश्मीर की वादी है दिल बर्दाश्त करी दिल बर्दाश्त करी सोना जुल्म दा दिए माड़िए जी जाने सोना जुल्म दा दिए तुसी निका निका हसदे हो 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 कसम खुदा दी जना खुदा दी जना ओए मेरे दिल विच बसदे हो मेरे दिल विच बसदे हो तुसी निका निका हसदे हो तुसी निका निका हसदे हो कश्मीर दे विच जम्मू कश्मीर दे विच ए काली कानून हो गई क्यों माड़ी तकदीर हो गई मैं राज तेरे सदमे बिच दुखी जम्मू कश्मीर हो गई मैं राज तेरे सदमे बिच मैं राज तेरे सदमे बिच दुखी जम्मू कश्मीर हो गई सच दी गवाही होवे जान भी हाजिर है शाला तेरी रिहाई होवे जान भी हाजिर है जान भी हाजिर है कदे तेरी रिहाई होवे तेरा शहर आबादो सी अल्लाह सोना रहम कर सी राज मलिक आजादो सी अल्लाह सोना रहम कर सी अल्लाह सोना रहम कर सी राज मलिक आजादो सी शहर नू उजाड़ देवां जिथे तेनू कैद कीता उस जेल नू साड़ देवां जिथे तेनू कैद कीता जिथे तेनू कैद कीता उस जेल नू साड़ देवां परेशान जिया जून हो गई जम्मू कश्मीर दे विच ए काली कानून हो गई जम्मू कश्मीर दे विच जम्मू कश्मीर दे विच ए काली कानून हो गई कोई खबर ना हुई यारो हक सच कहण वाले दी किथे कदर ना रही यारो हक सच कहण वाले दी हक सच कहण वाले दी किथे कदर ना रही यारो और लगदा वफादार ऐसी मेरा जिवे मलक सोना लीडर ईमानदार ऐसी मेरा जिवे मलिक सोना मेरा जिवे मलिक सोना लीडर ईमानदार ऐसी दुआ करदे हथ जोड़ सुनिया अल्लाह सोना अदल कर सी अल्लाह सोना अदल कर सी मैं राज दिवे जीतो सी शाला हक दिवे जीतो सी उस शहर नू उजाड़ देवां जिथे तेनू कैद कीता उस जेल